And we're actually going now.
Oh,
You know?
good.
Oh, we are? Okay.
Yeah, after much bullshit technical difficulties,
Fantastic.
we're actually doing the thing.
Super.
It's only been a couple of years. It's
It's been a few, I think it was like 3
Happy
years.
drinking. We were trying to determine like when it was.
'Cause I think
if
I
it
had-
was 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Three.
technically 3. It was 2019.
Wow.
Damn.
That's crazy.
It's like,
I can't believe how time flies.
It's gone by so fast lately.
and the amazing thing is, we are still all involved in this industry fucking 3 years later.
Yo,
That's for
that's
damn
good.
sure.
Well, a few more years to go at least.
I mean,
Quite a
Hopefully.
few.
Maybe-
Cheers to that. Shit.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I mean, she's the least surprising that she's still involved in the industry, but still, yeah.
Oh, why? I
Because
would say you.
No, because
You've been in the industry a lot longer than me.
yeah, but I mean, you're young, you're beautiful, you have, you like do everything. You're in Prague.
Right? We're here in LA as America slowly circles the toilet. Oh, I probably should have said that on the internet. Fuck.
We all know it's true.
True or not, it's one of those things where, like, saying it on the internet, we'll just
I
feed
know.
the trolls a little.
I wasn't here for any of Trump's term. I left just in time. I've been gone for 4
Got out
years.
while the getting was good.
Right?
Yep.
Like, deuces, America.
Joe.
She's like, I want no part of the reality TV star president.
Nope.
I don't even want to know how Prague's politics are.
Interesting.
I-
We just got a new prime minister, and the president was saying that the old prime minister would be a good candidate for the next presidential elections, which is just bullshit. But
Same
You
party?
no, they're different. The one in now, or he's from a different party.
Oh, okay. I'm used to American politics where, like, they only endorse other people if they're from the same party, and they're gonna,
I don't know why they did that. They're both.
By the way, I hope
Stupid.
I don't want to like ruin the party here, but I'm not hearing her in my headphones.
Normally we're not using that track, and I got to figure out what the fuck's happening with my equipment.
Got it. Just want to make sure she was getting recorded.
Oh, no, she definitely is. She's the most important person here for the recording aspect of it.
Yes.
No one is tuning in for the Matt and Peter show.
No.
I would tune in for that. I would watch that.
Only you, an audience of one.
I mean, if you're going to just leave it on loop on YouTube or give me a lot of downloads for it, I mean, you can go home and just... Though, according to the internet trolls, Peter's my co-host, and this was super cringy, and they don't understand how this happened.
I just learned of this like 5 minutes ago.
That's cool. I could see you being a co-host.
I've been a co-host in the past, years and years ago, but not on this show.
Oh, you got a new employee.
Oh, shit. The job does not pay well.
But it does pay in whiskey.
It does.
So that's good.
That's a good payment. I gotta tell you.
I agree.
Hey, if I can get more employees for just the price of whiskey, I'll do it. I will happily fucking do it.
It got me on. So.
Oh, ouch. Ouch.
No.
Wow.
Damn.
Damn it. Damn.
Oh, I would come over even if there wasn't whiskey.
That's also a lie, but
No. It's not. I would just have whiskey first at home and then come.
what's the likelihood of you showing up here and there's no whiskey in the house?
That would be sad.
And also,
That would be sad.
like, I would have had to
I
have
would
been
think
on,
something was wrong with you. Probably.
like, Matt, are you dying? Like, what's
Do you
happening
have
here?
cancer? No.
Oh, I'd need a lot of whiskey if I had cancer. A lot. A lot.
Oh my god. It'd be endless whiskey.
Right? I'd just drink myself to death at that point.
Yeah.
Understandable.
It'd be a better way to go for sure.
Yeah. I don't think, like, wasting away and losing all my hair is really a good look for me. I think just being fat, bloated, and full of whiskey, that's
Yeah.
a good end. That's a good
I
end for
agree.
me.
For sure.
Oh, this went morbid real fast.
Sorry. It did.
It's like,
Sorry.
so we contemplate Slayer's death on air.
Politics and then death.
You're the one who chose the name Slayer. I mean, not to be.
You.
Well, it's my shitty high school nickname. I mean,
Oh, my high school nickname was Princess of Darkness.
Appropriate.
very appropriate.
Oh, do you know she recently discovered that She
Oh.
took her prom date, her high school prom date,
Yo.
is now a penthouse pet, and they like discovered
Amber, we found each other.
They're like, "Oh, you were my prom date." in high
I
school."
recognized her picture, like Penthouse posted something about their December Penthouse pet, and I was like, wait, like she looks really familiar. And then I looked back through like my old Instagram, and she was my prom date like 10 years ago.
You're like, I recognize that labia.
We're trying to hopefully
No,
hang
she
out
said
again.
they never had prom date sex.
What?
No, we didn't. We got
She didn't put out for you on the prom? What
we
the
got
fuck?
drunk
Which
and
is
we went home. with
very
different people.
disappointing for me specifically.
But we will, if we shoot together, we will reenact prom and then
Okay.
have sex. That's good enough.
Are you getting her a corsage or is she getting you a corsage? How does this one work?
Neither of us wore corsages, but maybe we both will this time.
I think it would be a fun scene of like you both rolling in tuxes.
Yo.
Get the stereotypical prom poses for like the pretty girls in like the stills. Just like one of you like arms around the
got
other.
it. She posted their picture together.
Oh yeah, I
from-
posted it on Twitter if you want to see it.
Yeah.
How did I miss that? How did I miss that? Like, what the fuck have I been doing with my life that I missed that?
It's crazy, right?
Internet's funny.
I blame the algorithm. It's hiding fucking quality posts.
I'm probably very shadow banned, I'm sure.
You still show up on my timeline.
That's good.
I think so. And there's plenty of other people I wish that were shadow banned that wouldn't show up on my timeline.
I agree with that.
As long as he's following you. I was having a bitch of a time earlier because I was trying to find Misha Cross on Instagram. And I can't find anybody on Instagram.
You should have just
Like,
looked at my stories because I was tagged in her story last night.
That's what I should have done. But you can't just search for somebody like that.
Oh,
on
it's wholesome
Instagram.
Misha if you need to.
So the trick on that is you Google them with Instagram in their name and
Yeah,
it'll pop up.
yeah. That's the best way to do it. But yeah, forget doing it on Instagram.
No, fuck no. Fuck no. It's just like, no, whoa. You've had sex before? We're not showing you.
Right,
Unless you are very, very rich.
I can't believe that I haven't had my Instagram deleted yet. I've had the same one for my entire career.
Why are you putting that out in the world? Why?
Shit, I don't want to jinx
Why are you
it.
tempting fate?
Sorry. No, cut that part out then. No.
Just like nothing to see here. Nothing. None of that.
Ignore.
Their war on everybody has been fucking. It's insane.
Yo.
And I saw someone repost. I think it was like Vanity Fair or some shit who just posted someone topless for fucking.
Right.
Oh, yo, I think Sotheby's? Was it Sotheby's?
Yeah,
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 it's some high.
It was an art piece.
Yo, because I follow
That was-
them. I saw that. I was like, what the fuck?
right.
Like what the? Yeah, like
It makes no sense. And people who I think who took the image and retweeted it or not retweeted, I'm sorry, like reposted the same image.
They got theirs taken down.
They got theirs taken down, right?
oh yeah.
That's
Some people got their
ridiculous.
shit taken down for reposting Britney, who wasn't even actually naked.
Right.
What the fuck, Instagram? What the fuck? Why?
I used to like that app so much, but it's gone downhill really fast. It sucks.
So shady. I personally have never like bought into Instagram. I just don't get it. I've never gotten it. I don't understand. I remember when it was brand new. I remember Andy Sandemus saying, "You got to get onto Instagram." I was like, "Why?"
I mean, I always liked it because I like photography. You know, I like to post like pictures of flowers or animals or landscapes that I see. So I always liked it for that reason.
I mean, it was cool to used to like post pictures of my food to it, and
That's still all I do.
Yo.
It's the only thing I do. I post because, and I don't know why people like the pictures. I'm just like,
Maybe they're
okay,
good
well,
pictures.
I'll keep just posting pictures of food. That's fine.
for a while there,
Whatever entertains you guys.
it does. It does. When I first got on Instagram, I decided that I was going to try to buck the trend, and I was only going to take pictures of my finished plates.
Oh, okay.
Like my first like 10 Instagram photos are like black and white photos of just empty plates. I couldn't keep up with the trend. I just eventually
gave
like I
up.
gotta post something real here.
Right.
It's amazing how these fucking apps just went from hey yeah it's cool, post your pictures, do whatever you want to like oh you're a sex worker in any way, shape, or form? Nah, fuck you.
Oh yeah. But it's also sad from the other aspect to me that people are so dependent on it for to make an income.
You know.
You shouldn't be that dependent on Instagram to make money. Like,
I agree with that. I don't do any business on Instagram. It's just for photos.
It's true, but I'm sure a lot of people are desperate as like there's less studio work with marketing behind them to promote their shit.
Yeah, I know. And I get it. I mean, some of these girls have literally millions of followers, and I'm sure it's very devastating if they get kicked off. But like,
I mean, I would just be devastated because it's like an album of like all of my travels and photos and stuff, like where I go. I would mostly miss those photos.
No, I'm right there with you, and like that's the shitty part. Like, if you're gonna ban somebody, you should at least give them the opportunity to download their fucking photos.
You should, or automatically do it before you ban them. Like, here's a download, like zip download of all of your photos. Sorry, bye.
Right, like at least the ones that like don't violate TOS. Like, please, here, have your vacation photos from fucking 2012.
That would be nice of them.
Yeah.
That'll never happen, though.
No, it will never happen. They don't give a fuck about you.
But now that we're talking about this, I do actually, because I'm always concerned that I'll get deleted. I should back up my photos. I try to do that every now and then, so I don't lose them.
Smart.
Fucking absolutely smart. I just don't even know where to like properly back them up because like I've noticed that iCloud's eaten some of my camera roll over the years as I changed phones.
Because if I forgot to back it up and then change phones, then some of those photos will like... It'll show up, but then when I try to click on it, it won't open. It'll be like not downloaded or like says something like that.
I don't know. For me, I think they've just flat out eaten some photos because there's ones like, I know I took a photo here. I go back to my Instagram and it's on my Insta. It is nowhere in my camera roll.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah.
We should just all print out our photos and go back to photo albums again. I think that's a good idea.
Some of the physical media to flip through. And
Yeah, exactly.
just having fucking fat books of just photos.
I love those.
My mom has tons of those.
So does my
And
mom.
she graduated from like just making, like stick the photo into the, and like the covering thing to now, where you get like the books made, you send in your digital photos and they make like a whole hardbound book.
I didn't know you could do
photos.
that.
Yeah.
That's cool. I would do that.
Hell yeah.
But it's kind of fun. I like the old-fashioned ones too, actually putting it in.
Back when film was actually developed.
Well,
and shit.
yeah, then that requires getting the picture developed somewhere.
And actually having a camera with film or... Just,
Right.
I love film photography.
I hope it does make a comeback because like there was definitely a point where it was just like, oh yeah, whatever, a picture's a picture. And like, no, film matters.
I got some permission to work with it for Harmony. So I just need to find a dark room in Europe, and then I'll have to buy the film camera and like the supplies. But they gave me permission to do pretty girls and sex stills.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. I'm sure if you want to, you could just set up your own dark room. It can't be that hard.
I don't know where I'd have room, but I think I know someone that has a dark room in Switzerland. So I'll probably use theirs, and let's trip out to Switzerland.
Oh no, not a trip to Switzerland.
Terrible, I know.
It's the fucking worst.
Horrible.
You
It's one of my favorite countries.
You damn Europeans being like, I can still travel. Us Americans, no, not. Any worries about getting stuck in the States while you're back?
No, because I have a residency over there, so I can always go back. It was actually, though, at first, in 2020, when, like, the lockdowns first happened, they said, though, that even residents weren't allowed to leave Czech Republic, and I was like, oh my god, I've never been, like, quarantined in a foreign country before. It was weird.
How'd it go? How was the quarantine over there?
It was really strict at first, like... I think Czech Republic was like the first country that went into lockdown. I think they even went into lockdown before Italy because they got scared of hearing about what was happening there. But they didn't want us to like leave our apartments. They said that you could stay within like 2 kilometers of where you lived, and you could only go outside for like necessary errands or dog walking. And then there was also like a citywide curfew. You weren't supposed to be out on the streets like past like 10 p.m. or 8 p.m. or something.
I remember when we had the curfew.
The curfew, everything.
Yeah, we had a curfew for a little while.
That no one paid attention to. They were still breaking up like multiple 100 people house parties in the hills during that.
True.
Yo, there was also like there were bars when they went into lockdown. There were still people like going into bars like undercover, but most of those got split up by the police and they got fined pretty heavily.
Oh my God, actual enforcement?
Yo,
Like,
they actually they did enforce the laws over there and like wearing masks 24/7.
here they're just like, they're laws and all, but they're kind of more like a suggestion. Please, please socially distance. Please put on your mask.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people still ignored it anyways, but for the most part, I think it was way more enforced over there.
We could have been done with this shit already. We could have been done with it.
We could have.
I wish.
You and me both. Like, I honestly think the worst part about it was like the numbers going down earlier in the year, and it's just like, oh, I got a taste of freedom again.
Right.
Yo.
Yeah.
I could have probably stayed locked up for another year if I hadn't gone outside for a little bit.
That's right. And now here we are back, sort of up to elevated danger levels again.
Oh well.
Oh well, let's drink.
Yo, that's, that's a good solution.
It absolutely is. It worked since the dawn of human history. It's been working. Just to drink your problems away.
I think I drank COVID away. I got it in 2020 towards the end of the year, and I basically just like binged for 10 days. I don't know how my immune system was able to get over it when I was consumed that much alcohol, but I guess maybe I killed the COVID with alcohol. I don't know.
The virus is like, I can't live here. This is
like, this is terrible.
this is like being on fucking Mars.
Toxic.
Like,
I subscribe to that philosophy. I think there might be something to it.
I think so. And then also, I had my friend came over and was hanging out with me. She quarantined with me for those 10 days. She didn't get it.
that's a good friend. Like, I don't know anyone
Yeah.
who I'd be like, yo, you got a highly infectious disease. I'm going to lock myself in with you.
Yo, we locked ourselves in a hotel room and hung out for like a week.
And I love you to death. I wouldn't do that for you.
That's okay. I understand.
Like, I adore you, but I wouldn't do it.
It's okay.
Peter, on the other hand, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to find friends like that you can spend like a week with and not kill each other.
Especially that small space. Like, it's one thing to like have a roommate be in an apartment where like you can go off into your own like part of the unit and be like, okay, I'm away from that person. I'm okay. I'm good. Hotel room, it's just like, nope. We'll be in the bathroom.
It was actually the hotel room. It was pretty big because the country was in lockdown. So like all of the rooms are like super highly like discounted because there was no tourism there. So actually, I did get it had 2 rooms in it. So we did have like a pretty big like hotel suite. But still,
That is a good friend. Cherish them.
I do.
My roommate at the time, like when the COVID first started, like was walking around the apartment like this, just like
Really?
neither one of us had it. He's just like, no.
Oh my god.
Wow. That's pretty paranoid.
That's a little extreme.
Yep. Calling Steve out on it.
Well,
It's okay though. Like I understand. Like in the beginning, we were all paranoid. You know.
I went from not giving a fuck to very paranoid very fast.
Yeah.
I was hashtagging fucking posts for the first part of March to no mask, no condoms 2020. And that changed real fast. I was wrong. I admit it.
That's good.
okay.
Good thing to be able to do. Most people can't admit that.
Wasn't wrong about the condoms part. I was just wrong about the masks.
True.
Nobody wants those.
Right.
Oh my God. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you're back in the States, by the way.
Thank you. I'm happy to be back too.
What is on the agenda for being back in the States?
I have quite a bit of work. I think my first scene is in Vegas. That's on the 17th. And then, mostly just working. I go back to Oregon on the 1st. I have a few more days with my parents before I go back to Prague.
Very cool. Very cool. Anything that you're missing out on that you're like, I have to get while I'm in the States?
I stock up on a lot of food here. I buy like 2 or 3 cartons of my cigarettes, my cloves, because they do actually have Dejarum Blacks in Prague, but they're slightly different. They're not as big and they're not as strong. So I get like a couple cartons of those to take home, and then all the snacks that I can't buy over there. The pistachios.
I thought they made cloves illegal in the States.
I think in some states they're illegal. Well, they're illegal as cigarettes, and so that's why Dejarum rebranded them to cigars. So they're even worse for you now, actually. But
Hell yeah. That's the American answer. Like, oh, we can't sell this in cigarette size?
so
All right.
cigar size.
We'll make them fat boys.
Yup, pretty much. But I mean, I like them better like this, so.
That is the most American thing I've ever heard. Fuck your laws. We're just going to make more of it. It's just like, Coke will give you diabetes. We only supersize it now.
Yeah.
What? Look. Only in America.
So many things are only in America.
Yeah, definitely.
Why? Why do we do this? Why?
I don't know.
I feel like my audience would be like, Matt, why are you bashing America like this whole fucking episode?
Oh, because you realize that it's really shitty.
I'm really just trying to get Anna to kidnap me and take me back to Europe.
I can try to squeeze you into my suitcase.
Didn't we discuss this like 3 years ago?
Probably.
I've only gotten fatter, so I hope you got a bigger suitcase.
I have very big suitcases because I do take back a lot of the wonderful pistachios, the salt and pepper ones. I cannot get salt and pepper pistachios in Prague or like anywhere in Europe. They'll have salted ones, but I miss that
You gotta
flavor.
get the honey mustard ones.
Dude, I've gotten the chili
Or,
ones.
I mean, not honey mustard. Is it honey?
Honey roasted?
The honey roasted ones. Yes, that's
Eh.
what I'm trying to say.
I like
Honey
the
roast.
spice, the salt and pepper and the chili ones. I'll take back like 10 pounds of those. I'll get a few bags.
You just got to start an American import company to Prague,
I should.
That would be a good business venture.
right? I mean,
There's one store that does, there's only one store that does that. It's like an American and British food store, and their prices are insane for the stuff that they're importing over there.
see, that could be your profit.
True.
See, and you already have a famous spokeswoman for it. Like, there you go. Got to make that money. And hell, Federosi's over in the Netherlands importing Italian stuff to there. So,
Oh, is he really?
oh yeah,
Oh, wow.
Wait, who is?
Michael Federosi, porn law.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's in Rotterdam importing his own branded like Italian goods into the Netherlands.
Interesting.
Wow.
So, why not have Anna Deville's pistachios imported into your own brand? Oh, why am I giving away these ideas? God damn it!
Because you've been drinking, so now they're just flowing out. Alcohol is good for ideas.
I don't know what you're talking about. I never. Never. Peter, what the fuck you been up to? I haven't seen you in a fucking couple years at this point, too.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a bad friend.
I mean, I guess I'm equally a bad friend because, what are you going to do? But,
We haven't thrown any parties over here in a couple years either, so.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. But the whole party thing has sort of gone by the wayside,
I know.
sadly. But hopefully it's ramping back up a little bit. I had a planned Christmas Eve party, and then I had a spontaneous New Year's Eve party. But very small. I mean, party is probably like an exaggerated word for it. But like, I had gatherings.
A little gathering.
Yeah.
A festive gathering.
Yeah. So, maybe parties are on the comeback, but
Maybe.
we'll see.
I mean, I don't think I ever like scheduled or planned like my own party ever in my life. I've never thrown a party.
Really?
Throwing
Why?
Parties. Parties are so fun.
I don't like talking to people. I don't know. It just seems like a lot like trying to find a date and get everyone to come. I don't know. I just never do it. I normally spend my birthday alone.
Aw.
No, it's fine. I go to Isla.
Oh,
I spend it at the
she
distillery.
goes and drinks scotch.
Yeah, no. She's not alone. She's surrounded by her favorite people.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
Like, I had a vision of you actually being alone instead of just being surrounded by barrels of scotch.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe the last time I saw you might have been like the actual real last party, because I had my birthday party at Aiden Riley's place
Yeah.
that you came to. I remember that. That was a great party.
That was a fucking blast. Holy shit.
I haven't seen Aiden in a while.
That party was ridiculous. Spiegler had his own roped off section in
Yeah.
your house party.
Wait, what did Spiegler do?
He had his own roped off couch
Of course he did.
in a house party at Aiden's place. Like, really?
Oh
There's
my
a Spiegler
God.
girl section in a house party. Really? This is happening right now.
I love him. That was good seeing him last night. I got a snack. I still get the Spiegler girl snacks. So that's important. That's all I care about.
That's really why she's back in America.
Yo.
Yeah, no, that were really, jeez, that's got to be at least 3+ years ago.
Well, no, it was, well,
2.5-ish. It was definitely 19.
yeah, no, I guess it was actually, because then I was making my best effort to like plan a party when like COVID was just coming on. It was right around my birthday. And like, it was going to be the same thing again. I was going to try to do something with Aiden, and then like COVID was like really happening. And then it was like, we better not do this. Yeah. And it was literally on my birthday that everything shut down in LA.
That sucks.
That is so shitty.
My birthday last year, everything was shut down, but I thought ahead of time. I ordered a bottle of course, Ardbeg. So the last couple years, I got the Ardbeg alligator, and then I also got the Ardbeg 23. So I still had my
Nice.
company.
That bottle of Lafroig I bought you last time survived for a good year and a half after the show, by the way. Like,
You didn't drink it?
I'm not a big Scotch person. Like,
Oh, I'll take it if you don't want to drink it.
I know you will. I know you
I
will.
should tomorrow.
The night's young. You can keep drinking it.
Oh, yeah.
It can't end up any weirder than like after the last time we were doing this show,
I remember that.
which is still the artwork for this show, by the way. Like, did you ever see the finished product?
I think so.
Like,
Didn't you send it to me?
I might have, but like,
I think you did.
if not, I will pull it up super quick because it is like still the front page of my goddamn website.
Awesome.
Probably should have given Peter photo credit of this, but like,
What the? Oh, oh
did-
my God.
you did take that picture.
I did take that picture, huh? Wow.
Oh my god. Fun times.
Amazing.
Yeah, like, that was not what I envisioned when I asked you to take the picture, but it came out perfectly. So for those of you who don't know, if you go to nowwedrink.com or like any of the other places where I use that artwork, there is a picture of Anna like force feeding me a bottle. Originally, like, I was envisioning like I was just, her pouring a bottle over my head, or like, what's that fucking, the famous picture of like the farm couple just standing there like,
American Gothic.
yeah, like American Gothic with like a bottle of bourbon. And just everyone's like, no, I'm going to shove this bottle down your throat. And
Oh, good.
thank God it was actually iced tea and she didn't kill me. Because the volume of liquid that got forced down my throat should have killed me.
That used to be a form of torture, was force feeding people water and then beating them after they were bloated.
Isn't that called waterboarding?
No, waterboarding is
is
when
it-
you put the fabric over your face and it mimics drowning, but
Okay.
being beaten after being bloated with force feeding water is different.
Oh, okay. All right.
Neither one sounds like a good time.
I'm sorry, we just went down a dark road again.
It's okay. It's okay to go down dark roads on this show. They're
Super.
kind of funny. Because I just got a visual of you just beating some bloated person. Like, oh, stop! Oh, stop!
You can hear the water inside. being-
And it's a pretty comical image as long as it's not to me.
Right.
Fair.
To anyone else, I would be on the floor dying laughing like, oh, dude, oh,
Like, oh, sucks.
sucks to be you, buddy.
Sucks to be you.
Drink some more water.
Here, the water will make it stop. But I do hope that we do get back to like parties real life. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that birthday party in so long. That was such a good fucking night.
And we had the saxophone player.
Oh, I missed a saxophone player.
They
Fuck.
hired a saxophone player. to
I
come up.
love
It was
saxophones.
crazy.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe I missed that party.
See, this is what happens when you abandon America.
I guess. Well, maybe if you throw another party with a saxophone player, I will come out for that.
Okay.
She also promised 3 years ago she would fly back in to do the show whenever I wanted her to, so don't hold her to this
Oh
shit.
well, I don't hold people to things.
I'm just giving you a little hard time.
It's okay.
No one ever expected you to ever fly back in for this show.
Yeah.
Please don't.
I'll come back once a year.
All right, well, in another 3 years I'll have you on again. And,
Oh, COVID fucked it up the last year.
I know.
Yeah.
I have no excuse. I was doing remote shows for a year and a half. I definitely could have woken up one morning and had you on.
You could have.
That's true. That's true.
I'm a shit person.
I did that for Rocco when COVID first started. I did an interview with him
Oh yeah, I
remotely.
remember that.
I think I drank my piss on that show.
How was it?
I think my piss tastes fine.
Like scotch or?
Pretty much. I think I mixed it with scotch, actually.
Okay.
All right. I'm not here to judge. Like, what do you call that cocktail?
I don't know. It's the Anna Deville cocktail.
There we
Piss
go.
and scotch.
It just got a name.
Awesome.
The DeVille.
The
The
DeVille.
Deville. Super.
Like, do you let your piss come to room temperature first, or are you drinking that hot?
You know, I was warm when I did it, but actually, that's a good suggestion. I should let it come to room or like chill it in the fridge first.
Right? Because, like, who wants to drink warm scotch?
I mean, yeah, not warm scotch. Hot toddies are good. That's
Yeah, but
I
like that's
whiskey
hot.
with,
Like, I mean, you could, I guess boil your piss and then mix it with scotch. We're coming up with all these, piss and scotch recipes.
Well, maybe you could
Yikes.
boil the piss and like add some sugar to it and make it into a syrup, and you could put it
Urine
in
simple syrup.
Yo,
Oh, God.
I wonder how urine interacts with the egg white. Like,
interesting.
Could you make some like old school like classic cocktails with urine?
I don't know. We should try it.
I'm here to observe, not partake in that one. I will happily help document that one. I just
Okay.
will not be taste testing. Sorry.
That's fine. I've drank a lot of my own piss. I can do the taste testing.
Well, of course, you have to be the one. You know what it's supposed to taste like, so you can only tell if it's good or not. Like,
You know, I actually get told on set, like at legal porno and stuff. A lot of girls have told me that my piss actually tastes good and it tastes better than the guys. I think it's being a vegetarian that you can actually taste the difference in piss.
Sure you can.
Mine tastes great, but not to flatter myself. But
yeah, mine, I'm sure tastes like red meat, whiskey, and shame. So. No one wants that. No one. This is like, is that like a bouillon cube I'm drinking right now? Oh. Why would you do that to yourself? Why? Don't drink my urine. Just anyone who's even remotely curious, don't drink my urine. Though I will bottle it and sell it to you if you want to spend a lot of money.
how much would you sell it for?
What is your market rate on urine so I can undercut you?
I have no. How dare you? You can't undercut my urine.
Well, do you think I could sell my urine at your market rate? Come on. That's like, oh, hey, we have this shack over here and we have this palatial estate. We're going to try to sell them for the same price.
Right.
The market value is definitely a little lower.
Fair.
So,
You could probably still make a profit, though. I mean, it's piss. You do it anyway, so anything is going to be a profit.
it's true. I do produce a lot of it.
Don't we all?
And I'm sure there's, probably some men in the gay community who would be thrilled to drink my urine.
Probably.
And if they're paying, I'm happy to oblige.
I love it when gay people tell me that I'm a really good anal performer. I'm like, that is such a compliment.
Interesting. I'm kind of surprised that
I've
they're
gotten-
watching your...
I've gotten some guys that have gay and it says gay in their profile or something, but they've messaged me telling me that I would do really good anal, and I'm like, yay.
Hey, they could just be like a butthole's butthole sometimes.
Maybe.
Like, that's an impressive butthole. I normally don't go that way, but
It's a butthole, and then if they like the male talents that are in the scene too, then it's a butthole. They can pretend.
that's a butthole in a really skinny dude. I don't think.
Does it work?
really
does
skinny,
it work
pale
the
dude.
way that straight women like watching lesbian porn?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Is there some
Guys,
correlation?
I would like. That's actually a very interesting point. I wonder if that's true, but guys are just too ashamed to say that they do watch it.
Or do some gay dudes get really liquored up and go straight?
No idea.
Good question. I don't know.
I normally don't do this, but I'm so drunk. Please don't get. No, if they haven't canceled me yet, they're probably not going to.
Right.
Good. Let's hope.
I'd have to be a bit more famous before they could actually cancel me. Like, you have to be on something to get turned off.
You have to be on the ride before they can throw you out.
Exactly. Like, don't book Matt Slayer as a PA. He's a. Kick him off his own fucking show. I would have to be a lot more famous for the cancellation. Maybe one day. One day I will. One day someone will go 10 years back into my fucking tweets and be like, oh, that guy's fucking horrible.
My goal is to become famous enough to get canceled.
And especially for something I said like 10 years previous.
That's a good goal.
Well, if anyone at the table is probably going to be famous enough to do it, you will definitely beat us all to that race.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Well, I hope I don't get canceled.
Well, we all hope that you don't get canceled. I'm just saying, for the level of fame you need to be canceled, you are well on your way while people think Peter's my co-host. And
Right.
I'm surprised I didn't get canceled for Perverse Family. It seems like the internet was trying to do that. But
why? What happened?
Oh yeah, Perverse Family got like a crazy.
we went viral
thing
recently.
happening,
I'm still getting a shit ton of comments like every day, but it has over 13 million views. One of our trailers on Twitter.
Tell me more. Tell me, like, what the fuck happened? Like,
I think it went viral on TikTok. That's what everyone was saying. That someone, like a really popular, I think, TikToker posted about our Twitter and like this video, the trailer that we have pinned. And everyone from TikTok started going over there to watch the video, and it just blew up online. Like it was in a few different like news like online outlets, and it went crazy. I'm still getting a lot of notifications from that.
12-year-olds on TikTok should not be watching your shit.
They should not be. They should definitely not be watching that show.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, I'm so proud that I did something that offended so many people.
Cheers to that shit. Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Fuck. But that's amazing because TikTok is so fucking bad. I can't even upload clips of this show to TikTok. They mute them. Like, they mute audio only. Well, not only, but, nothing graphic is generally happening. Well, occasionally graphic things happen on the show. But nothing I've uploaded to TikTok is graphic.
Right.
Maybe graphic words, but they're muted.
I didn't know you're a TikToker.
A little bit. A little. Like, I would not call myself a TikToker. I have to, throw shit at the wall everywhere and see where it sticks.
Right.
Fair.
Like, I have to raise awareness about the show wherever I can, and every time I have posted a clip, they have muted it. Nathan Bronson was talking about pulling a makeup sponge out of someone, muted.
Weird.
That happens
Oh, yeah. It's
lots of times.
common occurrence. And it's like, in the grand scheme of things, is that really that bad?
No, it's just talking about what happens. Like, that's life.
Right. But TikTok muted that shit. The only one I've gotten away with keeping on TikTok was someone talking about the perfect penis size, but not actually saying the word penis.
Okay. Like eggplant?
No, just like, it has to be so long. It can't be too long, but so long and like, so girthy, but never saying the word penis or eggplant. And then at the end of it, I put a clip of Thanos with the knife being like, perfectly balanced as everything should be. That one managed to survive. For now.
For now, being the key.
Yeah. Someone's going to figure it out that that's about dick, and all of a sudden it's going to be gone. Fuck TikTok. Like, why are none of these social media companies, like, making something that's not OnlyFans level, like, just, can we just get something that's a hard R?
Yo, can we just get, like,
Right.
a, like, media platform that's not gonna, like, shadow ban us?
Right. Like, I understand, like, if you're just at work or some shit, like, you probably don't want to fire up your OnlyFans account and, like, see the content that, well, you have a different job.
Yeah. My job doesn't apply to any of these.
Any of this. But, like, the average person, the average consumer of pornography probably doesn't want to fire up their OnlyFans at work. But they should be able to consume other, more risque products than, like, fucking Instagram's offering.
Yeah.
There should be something for adults that just is a nice hard R.
There should.
Oh, there's another idea. We're
know
coming
why-
up
I don't
with
know
so
why it
many
doesn't
business
exist.
ideas.
Well, it's boggling to me that, like, YouTube will do they'll age restrict a clip where you have to sign in and be 18, but, like, they won't give us, like, an 18 and up section.
Right.
What the fuck? Maybe I want to make, like, a YouTube horror show or something like that. Like, not even anything pornographic, not anything with nudity, but, like, that has adult themes and blood and all that shit. And no, can't do that. Can't make money doing that.
I mean, I only use YouTube to, like, watch videos of, like, spiders, but I understand where you're coming from.
Well, it's stifling people's artistic visions. Like, you can't do certain forms of art on YouTube. And in theory, you could go to OnlyFans and be like, yep, I'm making a horror movie on OnlyFans.
That would be cool.
But
Someone should do that.
how much of your audience is going to be, how much audience are you not going to get access to being on OnlyFans?
Right.
Or the regular OnlyFans audience be like, where's the fucking?
Yeah. It doesn't work for OnlyFans, really.
You could. I've discussed this with other performers as well, as where like, people could be doing some wild, like, creative shit on OnlyFans, since they're like, anything really goes as long as it's not criminal.
Right.
I heard that OnlyFans was like cutting back the things that were allowed. I do have an account. I've done absolutely nothing with it. But I thought I heard that they were saying that, I don't know, like tagging like the words gape or like pissing, and that they were starting to delete that kind of content.
Yeah, I have heard stuff.
I've heard some stuff as of late where like Charlotte got flagged for excessive gaping, and then when she asked what's considered excessive
Right.
gaping,
I saw that.
Right.
and they're like, nah.
I think I would get flagged.
You excessive gaping? No. No.
Never.
Never. No. You have fans out there that could tell what you ate for lunch 2 days ago. No. Well, it's nice to see that like the studio system is still working in Europe, because
I've been really busy. Work hasn't really stopped over there.
unlike us damn Americans.
No, you know what? The fact of the matter is that everything is plenty busy here.
No, I know.
People act like it's not, but I mean, people are shooting every day.
I just have no idea what's been going on over here.
Well, I honestly feel like it's plenty busy, but people like the marketplace has changed.
Oh, it's changed drastically. However, it's not the death of studio porn as people believe it to be, like by any stretch of the imagination. Like,
No, but it is a lot more consolidated studios.
yes, true. There's like a handful of like real players
Yeah,
in
like,
the market.
massive.
Yeah. But still, you know, they're doing lots of stuff.
Oh, I know. Like, there's multiple MindGeek crews happening in Vegas. Like,
Yep.
and I'm sure there's a bunch of them happening in LA, and there's a lot of pornography being fucking made.
Yes, there is. All the time.
Which is wild to me on like how many people in this day and age with how cheap good cameras are still shooting shit with their phones.
You know what? I heard recently that there's a certain segment, I think from MindGeek specifically, that that's what they want. That they're like demanding the stuff be shot on phones for I don't know one of the brands. Like,
Interesting.
like
Is it 'cause it looks
only
more amateur?
like wants like cell phone porn.
They're like, shoot it vertical.
yeah.
Weird.
I know it's gross.
I know.
I mean, I did something like that in Paris. It was on a cell phone. It was in the back of the car near the Eiffel Tower. Yeah.
Well, but that makes sense. Like, that's a highly public area, and breaking out like a real camera and lighting would be
I mean, we were in the car, but there's not much space in the car for that sort of thing.
well, yeah.
When
I
we're
mean,
fucking
even like
in the
a
back seat.
DSLR with a rig is
Yo.
like, what's happening in there?
It's amazing to me how much porn has been shot in direct sight line of the Eiffel Tower. Like,
A lot of it.
like
I was a part of that.
so much.
That's been like a thing that's been happening for a long time
Yeah.
too. Like,
I know.
I remember some stuff. Like, I'm gonna show my age here. I remember some stuff that like VHS era that was shot by the Eiffel Tower.
So be careful when you're around the Eiffel Tower. You should always be looking in the cars and see. There's probably someone
porn
fucking.
happening somewhere around you.
Most likely.
You're like, I'm a pervert. But,
Oh, that car looks kind of foggy. Like,
heaven forbid you look in a car and you find porn that you really don't want to see. You're like, oh, those were two people I did not want to watch have sex. Fuck.
Yeah.
Not all porn is created equal.
No.
Sometimes people fuck that you just don't want to watch fuck.
Which I truly know better.
I'm sure you know
than
that.
You, yeah, like,
Better than any of us.
you poor traumatized bastard.
Speaking of which, we have an award show coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yay! Where stuff that you want to watch is being nominated, I'm assuming.
Our second annual virtual avian awards show.
Peter sounds so excited about that. He's like, I'm just pulling out my phone. Fuck this.
I got people texting me. I got shit happening.
Yo, reach for the bottle.
As he reaches for the bottle, he's just like, I need to drink more to respond to these texts.
But yes, so I've spent a very large percentage of the past few months watching lots and lots and lots of porno.
You watched all of my showcase?
I watched enough of your showcase to know what I was talking about.
Okay.
Oh, I do miss the walls of pornography that would show up here every year.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. I'm sure, you know what? Funny enough, I haven't been on the receiving end of that very specific thing where we're sending out the screeners to the voters. So yeah, all the stuff. I can't even imagine what that must have been like. Just endless boxes showing.
Oh yeah, it was a set piece for this show for quite a while because after the screeners are watched, it's like people have been very much punished for giving them away or trying to sell them. It's like, what do we do with this?
I know that's always the question. It's like, what? Okay, so now what am I supposed to do with all? I mean, things have changed very dramatically in that sense that the vast majority of the stuff that we're looking at is online these days. But it's its own headache in managing, collecting and distributing all of the logins to all the websites. You don't even want to know what a fucking nightmare that is.
I mean, I was helping you with some of that, so I'm aware, and I only saw a very tiny part of it.
It's like a full Excel spreadsheet of logins. Here,
it's ridiculous. I don't know how I managed to keep track of it all, but somehow I pull it off.
So, are there a lot of full features online right now?
Yeah. Although it's changed. Here's the thing: is that things keep evolving in this towards this thing that I don't know what the end point might be, but yes, features exist. A lot of features exist. However, they are all split up into these chunks that are put out as episodes of episode 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's your movie.
Kind of I guess you could almost consider Perverse Family being a feature, right? When you're doing it in episodes like that.
Perverse Family is a series.
It's
almost episodic television.
Yeah. I mean, Perverse Family is very much that, because there's a lot of it. Not everything.
Going 4 seasons.
As extensive as Perverse Family is, but just in terms of a traditional, self-contained feature, it's still for the marketplace the way it is has to be divvied up into these.
No one's got attention to spend for plot.
Yes, exactly. And then I thought it was very interesting what Vixen did with a few of their movies this year, where it's kind of ingenious in a way that that they took different chapters of their different features that they made and divide them up amongst their different sites. So they sort of were okay, well, if you buy the package of all the sites, then you can watch this full movie. Because part 1 is on Blacked, part 2 is on Tushy, part 3 is on Blacked Raw. Whatever,
I mean, I don't know if I'd call it genius, more conniving, but
it's good marketing.
Yeah, however you want to slice it, but I mean that's the first time I've seen anybody do that.
It is very good marketing.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's working for them.
Probably.
I'm quite sure it is. Yeah.
I feel like that company doesn't really do things unless it's going to make money, because just to pay for their goddamn production value.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, no one else is breaking out helicopter shots.
No.
Why?
Although, well,
Why?
some of the Europeans do some pretty like fancy stuff. Okay, I mean Dorsel does some very like high end shit, and the other company, their competitor, more or less, J&M, Jackie and Michelle, like they do some pretty like high end crazy stuff.
Like, what sort of stuff are they doing?
Just I mean like. They had a whole feature this year called J&M Airlines that
I saw that.
That's really good, but it's like tons of, they have all kinds of like flying shots, like like from in the cockpit, and just stuff that you don't see in very much porn.
Like, we chartered a 747 for this.
Right.
No, that would be amazing if we could pull it off as someone to like charter a vomit comet and then like try to have some like 0G on Earth sex.
I was talking to a producer in Prague about, I went skydiving the last couple years. I've gone twice now, and we were trying to figure out a way to go skydiving naked and then do the scene once we hit the ground, of course.
Well, I mean, if you guys tandem jumped, I'm sure you could try. But I'm sure
you could. It would be hard. I mean, the amount of air coming up when you're falling like that, it's extremely hard to do anything.
True. I mean, maybe some finger. Well, you can't really balance yourself with the finger blasting.
I could put a plug in, but I don't know. That would suck if like a glass plug fell out of your ass while you were skydiving and like it hit someone,
killed someone.
You don't know where it's gonna fall, and it's falling pretty fast. The technicalities.
Your asshole giveth life, it taketh life sometimes. I'm sure that would be a unique way for someone to go.
From a glass butt plug falling out of the sky.
It's not how I envision my end, but I'm sure.
You just never know.
Can we make a new category for that? Like most dangerous ass if she kills someone with a butt plug?
I will win that category.
AVN 2023, most dangerous ass, Anna Deville. I think she deserves
Body
a trophy.
count 1 for killing at least.
Yeah.
Anna couldn't be here because she's not allowed into the country because she's a murderer, but it's okay. It's okay to murder people in Europe. They actually rehabilitate their criminals. Like, you'd be out in a little while, you'd be fine. You learn some new skills.
No, I would still be in my neighborhood. I'd be in the prison right across the street from my house, so it'd still feel like home.
Right? Perfect.
I would just walk as soon as I got out. Then I just walk across the street home.
And you would not be the first ex-con to work in this industry. So
that's true.
Spoiler alert for those at home. There's some people that have some criminal records in this industry.
A few.
Yes, there are.
It's the beautiful part about America. Once you get out of prison, you can either get into entertainment or line cooking.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's very true.
Like, if you have a talent, we will happily take you.
Yes, come right in.
Heard somebody talking about this subject, sort of, about like if you're in the music industry, like the most, like whatever the most fucked up shit is that you've done is a selling point.
Depending on the type of music you're performing. I don't think like the Los Angeles Symphony Orchestra is looking for ex-cons.
Right. No, but
I mean, they should, because I'm sure that would be like very therapeutic for ex-cons to be in the symphony.
Like,
that could be very good, helpful.
Our first cello murder demand. It's okay.
Listen, I come from that world. My parents are classical musicians. I grew up in that, and let me tell you something. I think that's the sort of like tucked away.
So it's true.
Nobody has quite caught on to yet, like how fucked up that world is.
Interesting. I love classical music, and knowing that they're all ex-cons makes me love it even more. Good job.
I mean, I would fully believe like there's a lot of eyes wide shut shit happening in that world.
Oh yeah.
Degenerates with money. Come on.
Was Gershwin an ex-con? That would be cool.
I don't know. All I'm saying is that like like the classically trained musician like population is among the most fucked up individuals you'll ever encounter. Like,
That must be why I like classical music.
It all makes sense now.
believe you me. That is a motley group.
That's some fun people.
Yeah, they're fun people, but they're also very screwed up in many ways.
Generally, the most fun people are.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
I mean, have you ever gone on a date with someone who's like normal, like quote normal, and been like, "What am I doing here?"
Yeah.
I've talked about this on air a while back, but it's like I went on a first date with a woman who's like, "My mom's my best friend," and I'm just like, I gotta go.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, well, what's bad about that? My dad is like my best friend.
but like
That's different.
healthy, a little, but like I don't know, healthy family relations weird me out. I don't get it.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, I can't relate to you on this.
I'm with you.
Oh, I'm so excited. My mom got me a great Christmas present. She got us tickets to a steampunk-themed tea room in Beaverton. So when I go back, before I go to Prague, we have a date. So I think we're going on the 2nd or 3rd. And we're going to go have tea at a steampunk room. We have afternoon tea. It'll be so much fun.
See, like I don't get the supportive family.
I'm very lucky.
Oh, I know.
My
I know.
family.
And that's awesome. It's just not something that computes for me.
Yo.
It's what? Parents approving of your lifestyle? Not that my parents really disapprove. They're just kind of like, it's what he does.
Yeah, I think that's how my parents are too. Well, I don't know. My parents are supportive. They're fine. They like. I can't complain about my parents. It's just very dysfunctional. Jewish.
Yeah, I think it just comes with it being a member of the tribe of our generation. Like, it's just dysfunctional.
Yeah. Right.
Like, it's, I don't know, just maybe so many millennia of inbreeding. Like, it's just,
Right.
tend to keep it in the tribe. Like, that's what, like, at least, my parents' generation didn't care as much, but my grandparents' generation were just like, so when are you going to marry a Jewish girl?
Right.
That's what my boyfriend in Prague is Jewish, and his grandparents keep asking him when we're gonna get married. They don't care that I do porn at all. They're just like, when are you getting married?
But do they care that you're not Jewish? That's the question.
I don't think he hasn't mentioned anything about it, so I don't think
Is
so.
he lying to them?
Maybe. I don't know.
You could pass for Jewish.
They speak Russian, so I don't know what he says actually.
She could pass for Jewish.
Oh, yeah, she definitely could. We'll get you a bat mitzvah. It'll be fine.
Oh, I mean, that's a reason to party, sure.
Exactly.
Right.
And a lot of rabbis I've met like Scotch, so.
Right.
Do they? They have good taste.
Which, like, I don't know if this is technically considered kosher or not.
I'm sure not.
Is Scotch not kosher?
Well, the ingredients are probably kosher, but, like, a rabbi does have to say a prayer over the shit.
Right.
Oh, well, you should have started with that before I was drinking. But you're not a rabbi.
I only played one in a movie.
At least if we even just had a prayer over it, that would be, better than nothing.
Yeah. Maybe one day there'll be Jews Love Black Cock too. Maybe.
There won't. I was like.
Did I ruin it? Did I ruin it, Peter?
No, it's not your fault. The woke mob ruined it. Is what ruined
That movie.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And like I really like it brings sorrow to me that I'm like, there can never be another Jews Love Black Cock. You just can't get away with calling a movie that now.
Well, at least,
Well, I mean, we could call it JLBC.
but they did get away with it one time at least, so that's good.
Yes.
And I did not win an AVN for it, damn it.
But the movie won.
I know.
And you got to go on stage.
And Bob in front of the whole fucking industry. I sure did.
But whatever. You got to go on stage and it was a memorable moment, and that's fine.
It was. I also had to apologize to Joanna a lot.
I'm sure you did.
A lot. A lot. Oh, one of my happiest moments in life is that Showtime edited around me.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, when that aired, 6 months later, I watched it alone, like terrified in my room, like, oh God, is my whole fucking speech gonna be in this fucking thing? Oh God, oh God.
They handed it out.
And well, thankfully, they kept me in enough to have me walk the stage And then cut to Joanna coming to the stage and me handing her a trophy. And that was perfect. That was perfect. Thank you, Showtime.
I remember distinctly having a conversation with our director like before the award show, and just this offhanded comment that he made that kind of just stuck with me forever. And he was just like, "Oh, so Jews love black cock is winning?" Yeah. He's, well, that's funny.
That's the most nonchalant thing to say.
I also had to answer a couple questions from your staff dressed as a rabbi after the fact. They're like, what's up with the get up? I'm like, I'm a Jew. I swear it's fine. I swear it's fine.
I was delighted that it won. I thought it was fantastic. And it's truly a hysterical movie. Like, it's really, really, really funny.
I'm still honored to have been in it. I'm really happy I got my role because Tommy Pistol's not a Jew. That's the only reason I got the job.
Oh yeah, Joanna was very insistent that everybody in that movie
think that makes sense. It's
be
good.
Genuine Jew.
That's what makes part of it, why it's such a good movie.
Yeah, everyone had to actually be a Jew.
Right.
And then, like, Joanna called me. I'm like, Matt, can you actually act? I'm like, maybe? Yes.
I'll
to
try.
the point that I remember, like suggesting girls to her, and her asking me, "Is her mom Jewish?" And I'm like, I don't know, but I'll find out. I think I actually cleared Jennifer White for her, because I had to go to Jennifer White and be like, "Is your mom Jewish?"
Yep.
That's good. You did the research.
Yeah.
Do the research. One of my other favorite parts of this movie, sorry to my audience that's heard this multiple times, is one of the other castmates and I used to date, and she's only like 3 or 4 years younger than me, and she's playing my daughter. And I'm just like,
Perfect.
Cool. Either one of us aged really well and one of us aged really poorly. Fuck.
I feel bad though, because I recently I was talking to Jane Wilde. Somehow this came up, and somehow, like, in my brain, Jane Wilde had been in that movie. She's like, I wasn't in Jews Love Black Cock. I was like,
that was
of
before
course
she
you
even
were.
started,
She was
wasn't
like,
it?
No, I wasn't.
I think that was before she started in the industry.
We filmed that 2017 because it won in 18. So I don't know if Jane was around at that point.
I don't think so.
I think she might have been around, maybe just like brand new at that point, but she was not in.
No, she was not playing one of my daughters. Sorry, Jane, you don't get to be one of my daughters.
But I feel like she played a Jew in one of Joanna's movies at some point, or maybe I'm just imagining it. I don't know.
You have a premonition of the future.
Could be.
Yeah. JLBC2.
Right.
Come on, we can do it. We'll just abbreviate the title. No one will know.
That's up to Joanna.
I know.
You know.
Just putting it out there in the world.
I don't think
You know,
she'll
that's
do
the
it, though.
first start. Just put it out there.
Hopefully I don't get recast. Got a better acting rabbi than Slayer. Fuck.
It's too bad. I've made cameos in 1 or 2 of Joanna's movies, but not in that one. That's
too bad.
the one I should have been in.
You should have done that. Why didn't you?
Oh wait, no, she wouldn't cast me though, because my mom's a convert.
Yes. I love winning by default.
What are you gonna do?
Sorry. Both my parents are Jews. I got in just because of that. That role probably should have actually gone to Tommy Pistol. So he could have won every other acting award that year.
Right. Well, as I recently said on Twitter, like, Tommy can't play every role. It's physically impossible.
He does try.
He
tries.
does. He does a pretty
He
good
tries.
job at playing most roles. I love Tommy.
I think he would if, like, he could figure it out somehow. But, like,
If he got like one of the time turners, like what
Yeah.
Hermione had in Harry Potter, he would go to every set.
but it's just not fair. Like, it's,
Life's not fair. Life's not fair. Life is not fair. I'm not as talented as Tommy Pistol. I accept that. Life's not fair.
right, but like the disparity in like the level of acting talent that Tommy Pistol possesses compared to every other person in porn it's like you can't.
I mean,
Ouch.
he's the 1%er. He is the 1%. Like,
Literally. all by himself. He is the 1%. Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, think how Tommy feels. He's like, I could be out winning Oscars, but I just have this mountain of AVNs.
It's true.
Tommy could be like making real Hollywood money, but no.
That's good. We want to keep him.
Oh, I definitely want him. I want him to be a little less busy so he can come do the show again, because it's been years since I've had him on because he's too fucking busy.
Oh.
I mean, it's a good problem for him to have.
I know, not so much for me. Tommy, just be a little less busy so we can bullshit. Well, he also, like, last time he did the show, drank a lot. It was just like...
I'd love to see Tommy drunk. That'd be hilarious.
We got him drunk. Oh, we got him drunk. He hasn't been on since, like, Andy Cruz was still my co-host. Like, that's how long since Tommy's been on.
Holy shit.
And we got Tommy drunk. He's just like, I have shit to do. I can't do this again. Honestly, I think that is like people's biggest hesitation to coming to do the show sometimes. Like, it's not so much coming to do the show. It's like, I have to deal with the aftermath of doing the show.
See, that's why I'm glad. You're like one of the first things I'm doing. I have all of my work in the later half of the month, so I had time to come do this.
See, you're a smart cookie. You're like, yeah, I'm not doing the show when I gotta shoot the next morning. Like,
Yeah, I was like, this is first thing when I come to LA. It's your show.
Oh, I am honored. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
Yeah, no, I had another performer on Saturday. He's like, yeah, I gotta shoot 10 a.m. tomorrow. I'm like, all right, that's your life choice. Would you like another whiskey?
Yes, of course.
Hey, I did not follow up to see if she made it to the set or not, because not my problem.
You should follow up on that. I mean, you should have like the amount of like a little like going tally or like record of how many people make it to work the next day and how many don't.
So how many directors in this business hate me?
Yo.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure there are already enough directors and agents who dislike me. I don't need to add to it being like, oh yeah, I totally made or missed a call time. I managed to piss off enough people on my own. I don't need to like put that out into the world. And
No, I own it.
I mean, I do a little. I'm only blocked by like 2 publicists.
Okay.
Really?
Publicists.
And just off-color jokes that, I can't help but troll on Twitter sometimes.
Right.
Yo, I understand.
And the people who have the least sense of humor about fucking making trollish comments on Twitter about something they're posting are the publicists in this business.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I know. Oh, I do know one publicist, kind of.
Yeah, you know one publicist. But he has a sense of humor.
He has a sense of humor. He sends me clients all the time. He rather enjoys what I do, but there are some others who are like, how dare he shit on my press release? Like,
Right.
I make off-color comments on the internet. It's kind of my bag.
It's been my dream for years to somewhere like do a just like a regular feature of running press releases. Here.
Nope, you're killing the bottle. You guys are going to be left with scotch.
Running.
There's other bottles.
Running porn press releases exactly the way they're sent, untouched, and like, because if people actually saw what they look like before, we like clean them up.
I'm right here, man. Ouch. 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 Well, at least that way my social media would stay in it.
Oh!
Shots fired. Shots fired. My poor grammar would be there too, but...
Right. No, we usually leave in the social media, but just the grammar. Oof. I mean, I'm not singling you out, but in any means, like, I have no... I'm sure your press releases are fine. But
no, they're not. They're super... The ones written by other people are fine.
I've written some press releases that I sent to you.
You have?
Yo, for my show. That was my I wrote that.
Oh, that's so...
Oh, really?
I mean, the one that came out like at the beginning of last year, like in January. I know that.
Peter, you shouldn't have admitted that.
I don't remember.
No.
He's like, I just see so many. I clean them up. I send them on.
I mean, there's so many. You have no idea.
I know you've told me about some.
Well, naming names. What's the worst example of a press release you've gotten?
I could probably just like find one right. Just see what it says. Oh Lord.
Story time.
Story time with Peter Warren.
I wonder how we could do this without offending anybody.
Oh, we can offend we can offend a little.
Well, hopefully they won't be watching this. Maybe.
Hopefully they will.
Hopefully they will, and they'll take a
You're
grammar class.
I hope your viewer count's low, Matt. That would just ouch. I hope everyone in this industry sees you two beautiful people and listens to it.
Me too.
And gets a little offended by whatever Peter's about to read us.
Okay. It's no surprise, given Blank's legendary performances, that she's on the box cover, surrounded by well-hung studs, ready to work Blank over in what promises to be one of the highlight scenes of Blank. Let's see.
That's pretty bad.
I mean, some of this, right, it's just so over the top, it's hilarious.
Also appearing in this massive title is fellow
Blank.
MILF performer Blank, who delivers her own intense scene as expected. I mean, that's really not a great example, but
it's hard to read with grammar.
It's so,
like
like,
that's the hard thing to read. You have to actually be looking at it to see how shitty
like
the grammar is.
grabbing something totally at random. I mean, you know,
That was still not amazing. That did not make me be like, oh my god, I want to watch these milfs fuck.
no, it's.
I forget. Am I allowed to take smoke breaks?
If you would like to take a smoke break,
I would like a smoke break.
all right.
Yay!
Go take a smoke break.
Peter and I will hold down the fort.
There's so many bad press releases. I don't know what to say. Like,
What? There's bad content in this industry?
just it's. I don't know. I don't know how one finds himself in like the porn press release game. It's kind of like.
There's a lot of questions on how a lot of us in like that aren't on camera ended up here.
Right.
Like the people that actually perform in adult films make sense how they ended up here in a lot of cases.
I just don't know. Like, I don't know how it compares to like the mainstream like PR people. I'm sure they're not much better, most likely. Depending. I as someone who like I occasionally book some mainstream people on here, Right.
And I deal with some mainstream publicists, and some of them like I had one sending me clients a couple years back like, I don't think you're a real person. Like your name is like ex-publicist, like not even a last name on the emails,
Right.
And it was like at a random Gmail account. And the first client she sent me, I'm like, I think this is just this person like emailing me from someone else, like claiming to be someone else.
Right.
But then they sent me a different client.
Oh boy.
And like I had that person on, like, great, but it was just like I even asked them on air. I'm like, "Is your publicist a real person?" Like, because if they're a real person, like they're not doing an amazing job of presenting themselves as a real person.
It just, I don't know. Like, you know, I mean, I've got friends who are publicists. I've got, you know, some close friends who are publicists, and I don't know how they do it. Like, I don't know why they chose to do it. I don't get it. I just can't imagine like living that life.
Having to make your clients' bad decisions look good.
No, it's not. It's much less that than like it just seems like the constant grind of like, you know, trying to sell people on your service and like get people to pay you to write these press releases, and then like taking like endless shit from those people who are paying you money for writing press releases that aren't getting published anywhere. And like, you know, it just seems so miserable to me. I don't know.
It does. I'm like, I know some of the publicists like are either advertising clients that they don't have anymore just to make themselves look better, or
Right.
like some of them have like a deadbeat list of like clients that haven't paid.
Oh yeah, they all have that.
It's like,
and it's just I think also to a certain extent, like they start to buy their own hyperbole, and I'm just like, so many times I just want to like grab them and be like, just like talk to me like a real person, like I know that this is bullshit, this is bullshit, let's just like be level with each other and like acknowledge that it's bullshit and we can work from there.
What did I miss? What's bullshit?
publicists in general.
Right.
Their whole existence.
Okay, understood.
Well, and I understand like the need for like a mainstream publicist. Like, if you're working mainstream, like, oh, how else am I going to get on Kimmel or
Right.
some shit like that?
Doesn't an agent do that, or your manager, or whatever?
They both do.
They both do.
Okay. I mean, I've never been on Jimmy Kimmel, so I don't know.
Well, goals for 2022.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Maybe he'll watch this.
Stormy Daniels has been on Jimmy Kimmel.
Go fuck a reality TV show president. You could be on Kimmel too.
Maybe. I don't really want to be on TV, though, so.
But it's Kimmel.
Fair.
And there are worse TV shows to be on, for sure.
It's true.
No shade to Stormy. No, please don't kill me, Stormy. Please don't. I love you to death. I wish that you were on Kimmel for another reason.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we all do, really.
I don't want to assume, but I think she probably does too.
Probably. Who knows? But
Who knows? I don't want to speculate. Stormy, please don't cut me. Stormy, on once a blue moon employs me, so please just don't cut me, or please occasionally employ me. Please. 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 I don't want to die. Like, that's not the way I want to go.
no.
I feel like there's a lot less of like performers going on more mainstream outlets these days. Like, does Stern even book that many performers anymore?
It's a good question. I don't really know. Like, I mean, it's been so many years since I like listened to Stern really, regularly. I mean, I haven't even listened to Stern, and I don't know when the last time was. So hard to say.
Yeah, I feel like, especially when they were doing it on E, they were booking a lot of performers.
Oh yeah.
There aren't a lot of, quote, mainstream outlets for performers these days.
It depends. Chloe Cherry is on Euphoria.
Nice.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you watched the...
I haven't watched. I mean, just like the new season just started.
Yeah, I watched the first episode last night.
And I haven't watched it yet. Somebody called me today. It was like, "What did you think of Chloe and Euphoria?" I'm like, I haven't watched it yet.
I mean, no matter what you think of the subject matter of that show, it is so beautifully shot.
I don't know anything. I just heard about it. I saw Chloe post. I follow her on
love
Instagram.
that show.
And she posted
fucking
about
love
it.
that show.
What
I
is
think
it
it's
about?
fantastic.
Oh, just out of control high school students.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a remake of an Israeli show, actually.
Interesting.
And it is set in, like, not really ever mentioned where, like, middle America.
Right.
Like, there's some very, like, Oklahoma vibes going on at parts.
Yeah.
And they're just out of control, like, high school students, like, drugs, sex.
Okay.
And it's beautifully shot.
Oh yeah.
I was watching the after, like, making of the episode from last night, and they're like, so for this season, we contacted Kodak for them to recreate a specific film stock that we like. And we shot this on this type of film stock that we like the look of. I'm like, I want to be that level of film nerd. That I could, like I want it shot on this specific film. Please manufacture it for me.
As long as we're talking about film nerdism, I almost mentioned this earlier, but now I'm going to mention it, is my long-standing, and I don't know anymore whether it's turned into like just like I'm an old grumpy man or whatever, but like I have always taken massive offense to people using the term film in connection with adult movies which have not been shot on film since I think the last adult movie that was shot on film was probably around.
Wasn't like the original Pirates shot on film was like one of the big selling points of it? I feel like Wicked or Digital Playground shot a couple things that were on film, and that was like on the box, like shot on film.
I'll be the next one that shoots on film.
I don't
hopefully.
know. I don't think Pirates was, but I remember Jenna Jameson directed a thing that was shot on film for Vivid. Was it for Vivid? Yeah, I think. I feel like around 2007-ish maybe is like when the last thing ever got shot on film.
I will try to change that.
Oh, I remember Manhunters from Wicked was shot on film. Whatever year that was. I mean, that was definitely one of the last ones. And like just routinely everybody always throws around, oh, this film, that film, blah. And I'm just like, it's not a film. Like,
but mainstream movies aren't shot on film either for the most part.
That's true, but some are. Some mainstream movies still are.
Yeah, The Hateful Eight.
Not a lot, but some are. But to me, it just like it grates on me. I've always said it's like calling a CD a tape. It's just wrong.
That makes sense.
It's just like literally incorrect.
But they still call them LPs, and they're not fucking LPs.
But all LP means is long play.
Yeah, but that refers to a goddamn record.
Well, but records still exist, even like
right. But you're still calling that album that's on a CD an LP.
Okay, yeah. I mean, maybe it's the same thing. I don't know, but like
it's become interchangeable as the language has progressed.
Yeah, I'll never not have a problem with it. Like I can't, and I refuse to do it. Like in all of my writing or in every press release that comes in that uses the term film, I always change it. Like I won't allow it to be used.
So every press release I send you from now on is going to say film.
That's fine, and it'll all get changed.
As long as you put them out, I don't actually care. I'm just going to irritate you enough that you actually spend the time to edit them to put them out. And just instead of letting them end up on the trash bin of
You'll
fucking...
know that he spent time editing it.
And once you spend time, it will actually get released.
That's right.
That's the master plan. If I send him a perfect press release, he'll be like, yeah, I'll get to that eventually, it's fine. If he has to spend time and effort to edit it,
then it'll
actually get put out. I figured it out. I decoded the Peter Warren.
It's just I guess you could call it my pet peeve. It's my number one.
That sounds like a pet peeve. It's pretty.
Yeah, it really does. It really sounds like a pet peeve.
We all have those.
But I don't know. I used to say I'll film that shit, bro. Like, do you want me to say I'll tape that shit, bro? Like,
I'll shoot it.
I'll shoot that shit, bro. I mean, it sounds like I'm gonna be talking at it.
That's all.
It just sounds like I'm gonna yap. I mean, that's what I normally do,
But what makes it really curious to me is that people won't use it, as we were talking about shooting stuff with their phones. They won't use it if they're talking about recording stuff with their phone. They won't say, I made a film on my phone. They're like, I shot a video on my phone. They will not use the word film in connection with their phone.
I'm gonna start now. Let me film that with my phone. You've changed my life, Peter Warren.
People do. I mean, I wouldn't say in a press release I haven't seen it, but people will be like, "Oh, like film this or something." Like if you're out doing like somewhere.
I mean, I get it. It's just it's just like the common parlance. That
But it's also there's so many antiquated terms in making any sort of movie. Speeding, rolling. What the fuck's rolling in this camera?
That's true.
And shooting too. We don't have guns.
That's true. That's true.
Or arrows.
Yeah, this is all ye old timey parlance.
You're right. I'll never accept film though.
That's fine. You don't have to.
Unless it's something that's actually shot on film. Then I'll call it film.
So Euphoria is the only modern film?
I would love to be in The Last Kingdom. That would be a fun series to be in. Have you seen it?
I have not.
It's about Vikings. It's about Vikings invading Great Britain.
Hell yeah. Where do you see yourself in that one?
Definitely Viking. But there was a really good scene in it was like the last scene of the last season or whatever. And it was one of the girls, she was like kidnapped as like a war slave, and they did pissing in it, and they pissed on her when she was in the jail cell, and it was such a good shot. I was like, oh, I would have loved to be in that and get pissed on by Vikings. That would be really cool.
I'm sure with a little effort, we can get you up to Norway and make that happen.
I mean,
for
I
you.
am Norwegian. I can't say it here, but my last name is Norwegian.
I know. I know what your last name is.
Yeah.
It's not pronounceable.
Yeah. I think I can pronounce it, but
don't.
It's just my guess. I mean, I'm not going to say it, but
Let's avoid doxing Anna on air. Like,
Let's not.
let's avoid that one. Just save me the post-production work, please.
Don't worry.
Yeah, we can definitely get some Vikings to piss on you, like some modern
That
Vikings.
would be super cool. I'm down for that.
I'm not here to kink shame. I mean, if that will make you happy.
It would. It really would.
Does it have to be Viking urine?
Yes.
She's a
very
urine
specific.
purist.
You know, I feel like we really got to turn the attention to Anna.
Oh,
We should.
why?
As it's been two Jews film nerding for a second here. While she went to smoke, she's like, I'm not even in this conversation. I'm just gonna go smoke.
No, I was like, no, you can know when the whiskey starts hitting when I'm like, oh fuck, I need a cigarette. And then you start chain smoking.
Yep. And then shortly thereafter, the greasy food comes, and
Oh yeah, well we brought that with us ahead of time.
What I was going to say is, that Anna made her directorial debut with her showcase that came out this year.
oh shit!
Anna Deville, Sex Addict from Harmony Films.
Yes.
And she's very proud of the last scene.
I am. It was
I'll let you
very
talk about it.
It was very personal. I have a problem with sleepwalking, and I think sleep apnea, something like that. And I tend to have a reoccurring dream where I wake up in my apartment. I'm at home, and I don't know. I try to get up to go get water, go to the bathroom or something, and none of my lights in my apartment will turn on. It's all dark. And I start getting very freaked out, and I feel like there's something in there with me. And my boyfriend, who has stayed over with me, of course, before, has had to wake me up before him because I'll start talking or getting up and moving around. And so this last sex scene, the dream, it was me going in and falling asleep and then waking up in the same room, it's what happens in my dreams, and then the two male talents coming in and fucking me. And it was a very personal scene because I deal with that nightmare a lot. But
So what's the look of it? Is it darkly lit?
it's fairly dark, I think, in that room. We had just one, when we were shooting it, we had just one light in the room, one spotlight. We didn't have the full, light sets like what a lot of gonzo scenes have. It was pretty dark. And it was also, I had a teddy bear from my dad. So it was actually my personal teddy bear that I usually sleep with. It got to show two of my personalities because when I was going into my room and falling asleep, I had full on goth, I teased my hair and I had really dark makeup on. And then in my dream, when I woke up, I had almost no makeup on and I had my hair braided and I was in a nightgown. So I feel like that really represented both parts of my personality really well, and also something I deal with when sleeping.
Two guys randomly having sex with you? That happened when you're
Oh
sleeping
no,
a lot?
that was the sex part. I wish that in my nightmare that it was me having sex, but unfortunately it's just me freaking out that my lights won't turn on in my apartment. But that would have made it a lot better if that was actually my dream, but the similarities are there.
I think most people would be much happier with their dreams. Oh yeah, I get to have sex with two partners.
It was good, and then when I woke up from the scene, but then I still had cum in my ass when I woke up in the real world, and I was like, what?
Is this real?
I was really happy with that scene.
So when you went back to the waking up part, did you like redo your goth makeup and your big hair?
I mean, well, we shot them well, it was the same day, but so obviously we shot all the goth stuff first, like the going to bed and waking up, and then I had to shower, take it all off, and then we did the sex parts.
So someone blew a load in your ass just for the ending there? Like, didn't film any of that sex and just...
Oh, no, we did film the sex, yeah.
But I was saying, like, if you had all your hair and stuff, where did that come from?
I mean, of course, it's porn. I think we faked it. So it was actually, but there's actually, I think, 2 endings for that movie. You have the one that has a fake anal cream pie, and then they also shot just like coming in my mouth, and that was actually part of the sex scene that was real.
Wait a minute. We fake cum shots in this biz? Are we supposed to talk about that on the internet?
Of course we are. A lot of cum shots are fake.
Cetaphil? No.
I don't do real anal cream pies. Any anal cream pie you've seen of mine was fake.
I believe you.
The fantasy is ruined.
Sorry, people.
Right? The gape's not real either. That's all CGI.
You know, if a guy is doing 2 or 3 scenes a day, how many times can you expect him to come?
As many as needed. That's why he's male talent.
You know,
That's right.
Talking about that, I think the worst fake cum shot that I ever had, I'm not going to say whose name it was, but he mixed Gaviscon with tequila. And he actually put it in his dick, and then he fell over on the floor burning because he put tequila in his dick and it was painful. And then this taste in my mouth, I almost gagged on film because I was like, I know Gaviscon, but I was not expecting him to fucking mix it with tequila. I hate tequila.
Who would do that?
One of my favorite performers. I love to work with him because
He didn't make your no list after that?
No, he's one of my favorite people. He's hilarious.
I mean, that one kind of backfired. Like,
yikes.
But that taste never mix Gaviscon with tequila. It tastes terrible, and it will burn your dick if you put it inside.
I don't think I've ever seen a fake pop shot where someone put it inside them. And
a lot of performers in Europe do that. They actually do you use a little syringe, and they actually squirt it in, and somehow they push it out like pee.
That's even news to me.
Right. I mean, here in America, we just do bad angles. We cheat it. And
Right.
No, that's how a lot of European performers do it. They actually do put it inside and then push it out.
Shit.
Like,
That's crazy.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh yeah, that's what we do.
I'm mind blown, and I'm terrified because the idea of anything going in my urethra.
There was actually, I'm also not going to say his name, but there was actually a performer I know that if he couldn't come on set, he would go home and he would come into a jar or something and he put it in the fridge and then he would insert that into his dick during the scene so he could say it was still his cum.
Wow.
Well, that's dedication to the craft.
Yeah, no kidding. Holy shit.
Oh, the good cold cum in my
I'm sure that he put it back to room temperature or something. He would take it out of the fridge and bring it to set, but no, he actually did that.
My cum's not room temperature when it comes out of me.
I know it's more. I don't think he went to the extent of microwaving it before.
Oh God, because that could really go bad. That could really go bad. You miss time on how much you microwave it. You put it in.
Oh my God.
That would probably burn like alcohol.
That would burn like a Tortillas pizza roll in your dick.
Oof.
You ever burn the roof of your mouth with a fucking hot pizza roll?
No, it's like this guy that when he put the tequila in there, it was he did the cum shot. He managed to do it on me, and then I see him I still have the camera on me, and over to the side, I see him fall over on the floor holding his dick like this because he's in so much pain from the burning alcohol.
Wow.
And I was like, dude, why the fuck did you do that?
He attempted to commit suicide on set with you because he very well could have given himself alcohol poisoning depending on the mix there too.
I know, and then I saw him afterward, and he was very drunk after that.
Yeah, this is why boofing's a bad idea too. When you put the tampon full of vodka in your asshole, that could kill you.
I'm curious about the muscle mechanics of...
I could just imagine just dribbling out of my dick afterwards.
I mean, they have to do it pretty fast, but I don't know how they do it.
I'm not going to get a pop that way. It's just going to be dribble, 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 dribble.
I don't know how they do it, but...
That is some cock control that I will never have.
No, yeah.
See, this is why you need to come over to Europe and actually see what it's like on set over there. I know you went to Spain before.
I went to Spain, but that was a little...
Can you believe that I've lived in Europe for 4 years and he has not visited me?
I haven't either, so I'm a bad friend too. But yeah, he's a worse friend.
Yeah, but remember the only reason I went to Europe was
I
because
know.
Steve Holmes flew me there.
But then you were only like an hour flight away from me. You could have come to Prague.
I mean, you could have flown into Prague.
I mean,
I would have.
like theoretically.
I mean, for reals. It's like a Ryanair flight. It's like $10.
Fuck, I can't take Ryanair. I would take my
No,
dog.
you put Peter on Ryanair.
Because he doesn't have a
Is
dog.
that like the European equivalent of Southwest?
It's worse. Oh, it is much, much worse.
Ryanair is terrible.
Ryanair is like,
and EasyJet.
yeah, it's like
Okay.
what ValueJet hopes to be. Like, they were talking about putting in standing room seats. Like,
Wow.
Like they charge you to print your
See,
boarding
it's not-
pass to bring anything on board. Like,
Oh, yo, they charge to print your boarding pass at the airport, yo.
it's, but it's like, oh, I want to get from Ireland to Spain for $15. Here you go, Ryanair.
Okay.
Yo, I mean, they are very cheap, but I can never fly with that airline since I take my dog everywhere, and British Airlines don't allow a petting cabin.
Well, that's why you just sent Peter on it.
Yeah.
Spend $15, got him to Prague.
Super, we'll do that.
Or you can just get him to the Czech Republic, have him commit a crime, and they'll send him all the way out by you.
For free.
Exactly.
Right.
What kind of crime would you commit?
Crime? I don't commit crimes.
Don't get caught for him, is what he's saying. Peter knows. He's like, I don't admit to crimes on the internet. That's dumb. It's a bad plan to admit to committing crimes on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not admitting. It's just saying, what would you commit?
Theoretically, if you were to commit a crime Peter, in Prague,
I don't know. First, I'd have to learn the laws of Prague.
no, it's much better if you don't know the laws. It might be much easier to commit a crime if you don't know the law.
Or you can find the easiest law to break.
Right.
Have you guys ever looked up those, like, the stupidest laws in America?
Sodomy's still illegal in a bunch of places.
Yeah. There's a lot of stupid laws in America.
And the lawmakers are just too lazy to take them off the books.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where, like, they could just throw the book at you if they wanted to.
Right.
Like, did you have anal sex with that woman? Why, yes, I did, officer. Well, to jail with you. By the letter of the law, shooting porn in anywhere but California and New Hampshire is technically illegal.
Oh, and on top of that, shooting porn in LA County without a condom is technically illegal.
Yep.
That's so stupid.
Thank God OSHA does not have enough people to actually enforce that shit.
Yo, thank God.
Yeah.
I remember when OSHA was actually, like, showing up to sets here and,
Yep.
like, stop. That was crazy.
I mean, we all know some people that were finding some serious money over that shit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Good thing they gave up on that shit. Yeah, 2016 was like the election that went complete opposite to I thought. It was like, oh, Trump's going to lose, and they're going to pass, statewide condoms in California.
Right.
Yeah.
And it went
It
the
was like-
complete opposite.
Right.
It was something 60.
Yeah, it's Prop 60.
Yo, Prop 60.
It's
I
like,
remember
60's
that.
going to pass, Trump's going to lose. All right. And then we end up in the Twilight Zone.
Yo.
Yep.
And now we're trying to get out of the Twilight Zone. COVID is making that impossible. But
Right.
Yeah, I keep saying it. I really thought the decline of human civilization was going to go much faster.
we're stubborn creatures. We want to hold on.
I thought this shit was just going to be quick. We'd be Mad Maxing it.
Right.
That would be way more fun than what we have now, but
Right? I'm going to be so out of shape and so lazy by the time it's time to put on fucking shoulder
by the
pads.
time
and
it's
fight.
time to do the apocalyptic work.
Yeah. Be like, I've been indoors for 3 years. Like, I'm out of shape. You expect me to chase someone for a gallon of gas? Fuck. Those gym rats will still just have it on us.
I know.
They're the ones planning ahead.
I'm planning ahead. I'm just planning not to live through it.
Enjoy life while you can.
Right?
That should be the motto.
Could, end up like poor Bob Saget dying in the Ritz-Carlton at 65.
Oh, yo, I just heard about that.
Man, I'm just worried some like
But at least he died at the Ritz-Carlton.
Right? Like, I'm going to die in a Motel 6, so...
yeah, I have a feeling like something's gonna come out about that because we still don't know what is causing that.
Yo, is that an unknown causes?
It is an unknown.
Yeah.
So far, the medical examiner said there was no drug paraphernalia. So either someone in Orlando's looking out for Bob, or
Yo,
it's a
even
freak
in
accident.
even in now that he's gone, that's a good friend.
Right? Someone respects Danny Tanner to be like, nah, we're not clean up these needles. Like, we're not going to sully his memory. Allegedly, don't sue me.
I mean, they would know already if it was a heart attack, right?
Well,
Yeah.
they got to cut him open.
Okay, well, maybe they would.
I mean, it's been a day. How long does it take to cut someone open?
Depends on his family. Maybe they want him, like, a professional examiner, a private examiner to do it back in California. Who fucking knows?
Right.
I mean, he could have gotten David Carradine and, been whacking it with a belt around his neck and
Right.
they're covering for him. Though there's the conspiracy theory that, like, David Carradine was actually murdered by, sex workers in Thailand.
Oh.
There is?
Oh, yeah. You never heard this?
No.
He didn't actually die of autoerotic asphyxiation, that, like, someone murdered him and the Thai authorities just didn't
I mean,
bother
I'm
to
not
investigate.
surprised. There's conspiracy theories for everything.
Yeah, but that one, like, there's... I mean, I don't know how true it is, but there is at least some articles with some supporting evidence of, like, oh, there were, like, a woman's footprints on his bed and shit like that. Like, it wasn't just...
Interesting.
Life's cheap if you're a rich American.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows if David Carradine... I mean... Either way, he went out like, a good freak.
That's all we can hope for any of us.
Right? Like, if I'm going to just expire, when I expire, if I'm having, like, the most intense orgasm I could possibly have, that doesn't sound like the worst way to go.
You know, that was in a movie that I really liked, the ABCs of Death, it was Orgasm, and it was actually it was a short movie. It was actually done very well.
How would you like to go in the most pleasurable way possible? What is the most pleasurable way possible for Anna Deville to leave this world?
Probably what we talked about earlier, probably drinking whiskey.
Not drowning in Viking urine?
Oh, that too. I'm easy, there's a few options.
We got a whole list. Peter, how about you? How do you want to go?
In my sleep. That's it. That's the only way.
I don't know. I'm very stubborn about it. I even read those articles about, like, people that have fallen out of the plane and how to survive. And actually, if you hit, like, water going at, like, a 45-degree angle, then you're most likely to survive falling out of an airplane.
Yeah, I feel like unless you're rescued very quickly thereafter, you're going to really wish you had died, though.
Yeah, probably.
Like, that sounds like fucking pure agony of, like,
Yeah.
hey, I lived. My insides are liquefied.
My entire body is
Right.
broken, but
Right. My entire body is broken. I'm taking on water.
But
This sounds
survived.
I was gnawed on by sharks.
Right. The friendly dolphin just batted me a little and then swam away.
Right. No, thank you.
Yeah, that's that impact just over. Cool.
Just go head down.
Yeah, just full on like 9/11 jumper from the top floor, just head down.
Oh, I changed my mind. Okay, so the way I would want to die. So this has not been made, but they have made like a mini like replica of it. But there is a new form of execution people are talking about that is like a roller coaster. And so the idea of it is that when you're on this roller coaster, it's a lot of like circles that you're going like this, and it begins to cut off your oxygen, so it puts you in a euphoric state, and then it goes up and it cuts down very sharply at an angle that breaks your neck after your oxygen has been cut off. I think that would be the best way to go.
I mean, I feel like that's highly potentially survivable if someone doesn't do that just right.
I know, it has to be just right with the mechanic.
Because otherwise, like, oh, hey, I'm a quadriplegic. I had a really good time, but I'm a quadriplegic now.
Right.
But I mean, if they made that happen, I think that would be great.
I mean, wouldn't it just be better?
Because I love roller coasters too.
Wouldn't it just be better to like autoerotic asphyxiate yourself on top of a moving car?
I mean, but then you're not on a roller coaster. It's fun.
Yeah, cars go faster than roller coasters.
But they don't have circles.
Fine, no loops.
Yo, loop-de-loops are fun.
All right, well,
You
we
can't
know.
deny that.
No, I enjoy thrill rides. This is actually one of. That reminds me that I have not been to Magic Mountain since I fucking lived here.
I don't think I have either, and I don't live here anymore. But even when I lived here, I don't think I ever
I feel
went.
like I've been there years ago.
Actually, I got kicked out the
barely
one time I
remember.
tried to go because they found a vape pen in my purse, and so they kicked me off the grounds.
Why are performers constantly caught with things going into Magic Mountain? You are the second person who has done this show has been like, yeah, security at Magic Mountain caught me with some shit. The last person flat out got caught with cocaine and was arrested trying to go into
Jesus.
Magic.
See, I just had a vape pen. It was just marijuana. It wasn't that bad, but
Yeah, I had a different guest a couple of years back be like, yeah, I got caught with coke at Magic Mountain and arrested for it.
Also, why would you want to do coke on roller coaster? That sounds terrible.
I don't know.
I would be like, oh my God, get me out of this seat.
Like, I don't even know if she was intending to do the coke while at Magic Mountain. It was just in her purse. When they went to search her purse, she kind of freaked out. And, like, because she freaked out that they were going to find her coke, that's when they got suspicious and called the cops. Like,
right.
You got to act cool. They're paid, like, $10 an hour. Like, they don't give that much of a fuck.
Right.
Oh no, I'm not going to say what was just on my mind. Never mind.
Oh, please.
I don't know.
Please.
Oh, wait, well, there was an event just extremely recently that I went to, and I was texting one of the people that put it on. There were metal detectors, and I forgot I still have a pipe in my purse. Actually, so this pipe, it was my dad's pipe, and when I was flying from Portland to Los Angeles, I forgot that I had it in my purse, and TSA found it, and they gave it back to me. Actually, at the airport.
I mean, that's not against the rules. That makes sense.
They just gave it back to me, but
it's for tobacco, obviously.
It's just been in my purse, and I left it. And then I went to an event last night, and I was like, "Oh shit, there are metal detectors, and I still have this." But they didn't check at all. They just put, the purse to the side, and then they didn't even look in my bag.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, everyone working security at that venue probably is making barely over minimum wage and does not actually give a fuck. That's sadly just the reality of venue security in Los Angeles.
Right.
Like, any venue you have in this town, for the most part, the guards are paying next to fucking nothing, and they barely give a fuck. Except for the occasional guy who, like...
is an asshole.
Yeah, is a giant asshole who literally took the job just to try to fight people.
Right.
And I say this from firsthand as a guy who used to run a security crew at a venue in Los Angeles. I was the head of security at a venue in this fucking town. I dealt with them all. And also weird celebrity sightings. But celebrities in this town are a lot of fun sometimes.
Oh,
are they?
Oh, yeah. I had a very major star just bring 4 girls backstage at a David Lynch Foundation show.
I've always said that I've never seen like any celebrities in Los Angeles, but like honestly, I don't think I would recognize them.
Peter's right here. Peter's right here. Right here. He's sitting next to me.
Mainstream celebrities.
He's been on Showtime.
So stupid.
Well, I do recognize him, but I don't know any actors or actresses or like, I don't know. Modern people.
I've had my fair share of celebrity sightings in LA.
I probably have been around them. I just don't think that I knew who they were.
Well, yeah, she can't remember an actor's name to save her
or
life.
a face.
Believe me, you have probably encountered some of them when AVN was in person. There was a fair amount of them that show up every year.
There was a situation with a band that was at AVN a few years ago. They asked me if I listened to this band. I was smoking in the hallway with at the Hard Rock, and I was like, no, I don't listen to shit like that. And they were like, oh, that's the drummer. I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my God, are you talking about the dearly departed Vinnie Paul Abbott? Are you talking about Hell Yeah? Are you... Rest
A
in
band
peace.
that you mentioned earlier.
Oh. Well, yeah.
They might remember me.
But there are a lot of celebrities that show up to AVN every year, and almost always it's hilarious. Almost always.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
You guys are not helping me at all with this bottle, but
No,
I've made
you're
a good dent
you're
in
doing
it.
work. You are doing work. Hold it up to the camera so they can see.
Oh, yeah.
And it's doing work.
Favorite whiskey.
Yeah, there's definitely one celebrity who shows up almost every year to just try to fuck girls with tattoos.
I mean, my best ever was getting like personally introduced to Richard Dreyfuss at the show.
Really? Richard Dreyfuss was there one year?
Yes, and Richard Dreyfuss shaking my hand and telling me he was a fan of my magazine.
That's amazing. That is fucking amazing. What year was this?
Oh God, it must have been late 2000s sometime. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like almost every celebrity encounter I have at AVN is negative. So like Richard Dreyfuss just being cool is awesome.
Oh yeah, that was a moment.
The shining glory.
I can't think of, like, I've had some interactions that weren't negative, but I've had most of them have been negative. Some of them were just kind of neutral. And one of my favorite ones that I'm sure I've talked about on air was Doug Benson was on stage when I ran up and accepted for Jews Love Black Cock. And like, I had met Doug through other people previous years, like in like room parties and shit like that. So it's like, I know you meet a lot of people and you're stoned all the time, Doug, but I ran into the Comedy Store like a week and a half after the award show. I was on a date and like, I was just on stage with Doug. Let me go say hi to him. And he had no clue who I was.
Oh, well, yeah. Right.
It's just like, oh, no. I mean, and I'm not really offended by it. Like, Doug Benson is stoned and meets a lot a lot of people, but it was still like, it was literally just a rabbi on stage with you like a week ago.
You would think that he would remember that.
You'd think he might remember that one, but no.
What are you going to do?
My date was utterly unimpressed. It's like, damn. But yeah, that Richard Dreyfuss, that's amazing.
That was something.
You have no good running into celebrity stories at ABN? None?
No, I get that with the one when I said, I was like, oh no, I don't listen to shit like that to that band, to someone that was in the band.
That's pretty classic.
That is pretty classic.
I know, I definitely put my foot in my mouth, but...
Sure you've never been kidnapped by Coolio? I hear he likes to kidnap performers. Allegedly, don't sue me, Coolio. I've heard from a couple different performers Coolio is like absconded with performers.
Thankfully, if you know me, you know that I normally ditch pretty early, so...
I know.
I'm not big on the crowd, so no, I haven't.
See, that's the one bummer about like it being a virtual event again.
I know.
I like to go for like an hour. That's fun. I like to see everyone for a bit and then leave.
I mean, whatever. Don't get me started.
I know that it's hell for you, of course.
I don't want it to be virtual any more than anybody else, but it is what it is.
Is all the hoe wrangling easier or harder virtually?
It's harder, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I've seen how stressed you are on the show floor at times.
Yeah, like it's because then you're dealing with like having to like email people.
Or dealing with people like me that don't even bring their laptop to America from Europe.
Well, but whatever, like send out all the the links to everybody.
Peter's being too nice. He's like, I have to email a bunch of illiterate people
to be on Zoom at a certain time, and then like shuffling them around, and like it's bad.
The only time I did Zoom was for the awards last year. That was the only time I've ever done it.
Well, I've done Zoom a lot at this point. So I'm pretty versed in it, but like
I don't think anyone wants me to do Zoom on my Lenovo computer. It's a pretty shitty quality.
But still, I mean, when you're dealing with literally hundreds of adult performers all over the world who you're trying to like wrangle into a virtual online event. It's
yeah, it actually does sound kind of hellacious.
My parents were watching it last year. My parents were in the room with me watching it too. They weren't on the Zoom camera, but
did they enjoy it?
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
They watch it most years. They don't watch all of it because they don't want to see clips of me having sex, but they watch to see if I won anything.
It's like,
well, we won't show anything hardcore.
I can't tell
I'm sure they don't really want to see her boobs.
True. There is that.
Yeah. I know. My mom has offered to let me borrow her bras before. I don't think she would have a problem with it, but...
Yeah, well, but like, there's a difference between like loaning bras versus like sexualized boobs.
Right.
Sure, most parents are A-okay and are consciously aware that we've all had sex.
But although that said, like it is still like clips of people having sex. It's just you're not
seeing penetration.
It's softcore.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and as much as all of our parents and family members have acknowledged that we've all had sex, and some of us do it on film, I'm sure none of them are like, I want to actually see how the sausage is made here.
Unless you're a certain... Okay.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I interviewed a girl pretty recently. I'm not going to say who it was, but...
But we could read the interview.
Well, we'll see whether this makes it into the interview or not. But she went into pretty extensive detail about how her parents, like, got off on watching her porn, and informed her of this.
Well, Mom, Dad, you're off my Christmas list. Like, I didn't need to know that.
Yeah.
Like, how does that subject even get broached? Like, hey, babe, why don't we watch some porn together? Why don't we watch our kids' porn together?
Good question. I
wouldn't ask it.
Like, yeah. Yeah. That was. I never had a girl tell me anything like this.
Yeah,
in an interview. It was pretty wild, I gotta say.
I'm pretty sure, like, that has probably happened in the history of the industry before, but I'm pretty sure that's the first performer who's like, yeah, that happened.
I was like, yeah, that said it.
Yeah, like, most people are like, oh, God, my parents, oh, God. And she's, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess she's not getting written out of the will.
Well, she's like completely, not on non-speaking terms with her parents forever at this point.
Oh, is that what that broke the camel's back with for?
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I mean, the whole situation seems unfortunate.
Right. But
How do you have a ring?
yeah, that happened.
For a running gag. Yeah, wow, that
It was pretty, it was kind of like I started talking to this girl, and I was like, oh, like a lot of stuff she's saying is really like colorful and interesting. I was like, I need to interview you. Let's sit down. Whipped out my my voice recorder, and oh boy, I was not prepared for what was going to be coming out of this girl's mouth.
Interesting.
yeah, I'm gonna get secondhand, and I'm not prepared for it. That's some wild shit has been said on this show before, but wow. Like, how would, like, as a performer, like, how would you react if, like, someone, like, not even your parents, but, like, someone else in your close family is like, yeah, totally into your shit, and, like how,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see the similar, when you think about, like, basic, like, sexual psychology, with Freud and stuff, like, that is something that people talk about, like, with your, like, familiar, like, fantasies and stuff. So, I don't know, it's not really surprising, but it's still, like, uncomfortable.
Super. And surprising that to be discussed, like.
Mm-hmm. Some things are better left just unsaid.
Yeah, like.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm just curious how that subject even gets broached. Like, is it like just over dinner? Like,
I feel like alcohol is probably involved with that.
Who even knows? Probably something harder than alcohol. I would imagine.
Maybe, but I mean, I feel like that's a cocaine level admission. Like,
maybe
Jesus.
so. Yeah.
like just coked out of your gills and like, babe, I love you. You make some good porn. Me and your moms, we were banging it out to it the other night. Oh, it was so good. So good.
Man. I mean, yeah, really crazy. Yeah.
Like, do you bring that up at dinner or is that a breakfast conversation?
I don't know, man.
I guess it depends on when they watch the videos.
Yeah.
If it was the night before, that would probably be breakfast, but if you did it during the day, then, or morning sex, then that would be a dinner conversation.
Possibly.
I don't know, guessing. Throwing a wild guess out there.
I'm really hoping like they didn't just besmirch Red Lobster with that conversation.
Jesus.
I'm a vegetarian, but it's like I miss the rolls at Red Lobster. I would love to go just to get the dinner rolls again.
The Cheddar Bay biscuits are vegetarian-ish.
Yeah, they're vegetarian. I eat dairy.
You can eat the biscuits.
Yeah.
We can go. We should go.
Let's go.
I just saw that Red Lobster actually has some kind of good deal going on right now. I was like,
all right.
I kind of want to go to Red Lobster.
Dude, I'm so down. I haven't been there in like fucking I don't know how long.
Let's go to Red Lobster.
It's probably been like over like a decade or something since I went there.
I mean, I can't deny it. Those biscuits are like,
dude, that's what keeps them in business.
Yeah.
I know that is.
I don't think they're bottomless for free anymore. I think you actually have to pay for like follow-up rounds on the biscuits.
Oh well, that ruins it
man.
because I would get like 2 or 3. Like,
one of my guys, like, in high school, like, that was a classy dinner for, like, us degenerates.
Well,
yeah.
It used to be classy.
And one, no, it was never classy, but a
In
bunch of
your
high school
head.
and a bunch of high school scumbags, like, there's lobsters here. Like,
Yeah. And
When you're in
shrimp.
high school, it's classy.
it is classy.
Exactly.
But one of my guys used to, like, just eat the fucking biscuits and get his whole meal to go. He was like, I'm going to fill up on biscuits and I'll eat the lobster later.
I would only eat biscuits because I don't eat any meat or fish.
That's kind of smart, actually. I tip my hat to that guy.
I don't know. Do you really want reheated lobster?
Yeah, why not?
I have no idea what that means if it changes the like texture or
I
something.
can't imagine it's good.
I've never had lobster before.
As long as,
Oh,
as long as
it's
you
not
have
really a fish. You should eat it.
some good butter to dip it in.
I mean, it's just a giant sea
I mean,
cockroach.
gross. I know. That's gross.
It's delicious. If regular cockroaches tasted like that, I'd eat the fuck out of them.
It's so good.
I have no idea. I'll never know.
Oh, you should
I
find
haven't
out.
had a lot of things. I've never had a hamburger in my life. I've never had a hot dog or
That's
salsa.
crazy.
That is a little crazy. I mean, they're delicious comfort foods, but you're not really missing out on anything. Lobster's fucking good.
I've never had lobster. I've never had shrimp. I've never had crab.
I disagree. I don't know about a hot dog, but like you are missing out on like a truly great juicy hamburger.
Oh. So I've gotten some vegetarian like burger and I fucking hate them. They are so messy and hard to eat. It really fucking bothers me. And they fall apart. They put so many toppings on them. No, I fucking hate burgers. I know, I'm a terrible American.
It's okay. A couple more
That's
years,
why.
you won't even be an American anymore.
Just like Samuel L. Jackson said in Pulp Fiction. Yeah, I do love a good burger.
He also said,
I will never understand that.
it's Americana. We're raised on this shit.
I
It's mind-boggling that... Are your parents vegetarians too?
No, I never liked meat as a kid. It really grossed me out. And my parents, they started, like, one year for Christmas, I got, like, 100 protein bars from them because they were trying to find, like, substitutes for me to, like, replace meat. They didn't try to force me to eat it.
Well, what meat did they give you that grossed you out if you didn't have a burger?
Well,
Like,
the only meat I ever ate, I've had 3 things before. I've had chicken nuggets, fish sticks, because they were both breaded, and so it didn't remind me of meat, and then bacon. And then when I got to be about like 13 or 14 and I learned about animal farming, I was like, oh, I'll just cut these 3 things out altogether. I'm not going to miss
Okay,
it.
you enjoyed bacon at one point.
Yeah, I did. I liked it as a kid, but the
Okay,
bacon, like the morning...
We're still friends. We're still friends.
Everybody likes bacon.
But the Morningstar bacon that I have now, to me, is just fine. It tastes like exactly like bacon to me as much as I remember it, so I'm fine with that. But a lot of people
But
say it's
I will
not.
say that I mean, for many years, because like I, for all intents and purposes, stopped eating pork like many years ago.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
But I do love turkey bacon.
Too fucking dry.
I love turkey bacon, and I can't even eat regular bacon. Like I tried at some point. I was just like, no, I can't do it.
See, the bacon that I have, like the Morningstar bacon, to me, it's perfect. I don't miss real bacon at all.
So we're gonna call last call on this motherfucker.
Or was it? So I use like that liquid smoke in my cooking. To me, that tastes pretty similarly to bacon. Just like liquid smoke is basically what it is.
That's true.
Well, see,
Liquid smoke, some like paprika powder or something.
I
like-
want thick cut bacon with some play to it. Like that's how I like my bacon. Like it's gotta be fatty. It's gotta have some chew. I don't want crispy like break apart like bacon bits bacon. I want
Oh no, it's got to be like super crispy to me.
yeah. See, I like bacon with some play to it.
Okay. To each his own.
Oh yeah, and I love pork belly. I'll eat the fuck out of some pig. I had sneaky pork with dinner. What the fuck that was? It was delicious.
I don't know, even like when it comes to meat substitutes, if something like those Beyond Burgers or Impossible Burger, I'm not going to buy those or eat them. It's just too much like meat for me, and that's grossed me out my whole life. I don't know why, but it's just...
My only exception, as I was explaining to her the other night, she said she didn't even realize that it was made out of pork. is
yeah.
that I can't give up pepperoni.
I had no idea, because I
just
never
can't-
ate it.
I can't give up pepperoni.
I had no
It's
idea
the
that was
only
made from
pork
pork.
product that I just can't like. And I don't always get it, but occasionally I get pepperoni.
I don't even know what I had, the idea that I had in my head. I just had no conception.
I mean,
of
it could
what
have been a beef
was.
sausage. Like, it very easily could have been a beef sausage.
It just never occurred to me. It's like when I started working at a bakery, and we made breakfast sandwiches, and I remember having to ask the owner or like the manager that was training me. I was like, which is the ham and which is the turkey? Because I've never had lunch meat before or sliced meat. I didn't know what the difference was.
So wild.
Yeah. Ham and turkey looks
Now,
similar.
so they're like, this one is white and this one is pink. And I was like, okay, I can remember that. But I didn't know how to tell the difference.
I mean, yeah, and the lunch meat styles, yeah. But also, both turkey and ham are inferior in lunch meat format. Like, you want... They are. You want, like... I want big old honking, like, honey roasted ham. Like, cut chunks off that motherfucker.
Oh, I'll tell you, my sworn to thing now with lunch meat is for turkey. Oscar Mayer makes this thing called what the hell is it called? It's just like chunks of turkey. It's not like slices. God, I wish I could remember what the name of it is, but it's like, as far as like sandwich meat goes, it's a world of difference. Like compared to the sliced turkey, to the I think it's called like carving board, maybe something like that. Yeah, it's just like thick chunks of turkey. Like,
Now I'm hungry, Peter. Thanks.
yeah.
Thanks.
Good stuff.
Now, on the topic of like sandwiches and lunches, can I just say that there is a very big difference in mayo in the States and in Europe?
I'm sure there is.
It's weird. It's a completely different like consistency, and like the taste is different.
I'm sure in Europe they use real fucking products, and we are using
it's
some
like-
weird, like, something that they scraped off a gym mat and put in a fucking bottle.
Like,
Like,
I had some of my parents, like I took some of their mayo to put on a sandwich, and I was like, it was like whipped. And it was like, that's so weird. Like, it comes in, like, your single servings come in, like, a little, like, sauce, like, squeeze-out package in Europe. But I was like, this is so, like, this is not the mayo that I've been eating for them.
food is so much cleaner almost everywhere else in the fucking world.
It's so much better. I lose weight when I come to Los Angeles. I'll probably lose about, like, 5 to 10 pounds. Because
Wow.
after, like, a month of being here and, like, the food just is all, processed. It's just...
Imagine losing weight from coming to America. That's very...
I gained weight when I moved to Europe, and I'm happy about the weight that I gained. But like, no, I was so skinny when I lived here.
You are the exception, not the rule.
Yeah.
Most other people are like, yeah, I go to Europe, the food's cleaner, I'm walking everywhere, I lose a bunch of weight. You're like, nah, bring on the fucking bakeries.
Right.
Oh, I love it, yo. And especially living in Czech, like, smažený syr is like fried cheese. It's a, like, traditional, like, lunch or dinner. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll have some fried cheese with tartar sauce and boiled potatoes. It's like, you can find that at any pub or any restaurant.
That sounds so fucking Eastern Bloc, it hurts.
Jesus Christ.
Or like, I was in Ukraine and they had, like, fresh donuts with condensed milk. It was so good.
Okay, now I am getting hungry again. God damn it.
I know.
I just took a couple puffs, so
Thanks. Aw.
now I'm thinking about food too.
Now I was just thinking about food. Oh. But I really am going to call last call on this motherfucker. We have been at this for a minute, and
Yeah.
it's been an absolute fucking pleasure. Let's not do it again in 3 years. Maybe 4 or 5 next time.
Next year.
We gotta store all this stuff up for like a good juicy episode like this.
Good juicy episode the trolls can talk about. Just talk shit.
Give them something to enjoy or hate.
Or
I guess
hate.
They hate it.
As one of the comments was, cringe, cringe.
I do a lot of cringy things, so that makes sense.
It's a lot of my humor too. I mean, I literally tweeted out earlier today, like, so do you think it's the wrong time to slide into Jodie Sweden's DMs? I'm sure she could use some comforting.
She has no idea
I
what you're
don't-
talking about, but I get
I
it.
don't know what you're talking about.
She played Stephanie Tanner on Full House, like
Okay.
one of Bob Saget's daughters on Full House.
Okay.
Yeah.
She grew up real cute.
Whenever people just start talking, I just say, okay. Okay. And I'm not processing any of it.
It was her TV dad that died, and they were very close.
Oh, poor thing.
And she's a recovering meth addict, so
Right.
Wow. Let's hope there's not a relapse because of that.
I hope so too. And
I do mean that genuinely, even though
Well, I
have
do
no
too.
idea
And,
who
I mean,
this
I
person
totally would
is.
DM slide too, but. I'm not a good person. But we will really get out of here. And where can they find you on the things? Where can they find your perverse family and all that fun shit?
We at perversefamily.com. That company also does unrealporn.com and horrorporn.com. I am on all of those websites, and it's probably my favorite company in Europe.
It's all crazy shit. It's insane.
Amazing.
I can imagine. If she's involved, I can only imagine that it's crazy shit.
Mostly a perverse family and
But it's
legal porn.
really, really well done. Like,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Where can they get you on the socials?
On Twitter, it's Anna Deville XXX, and my Instagram is Anna is a succubus. Hopefully, you guys know how to spell that.
Not my audience. Peter, where can they find you?
At Peter Warren on Twitter. That's the main thing.
I know his Instagram.
I do too.
I mean, my Instagram is WetScrogRex, but like it's just pictures of food. I like
Still, maybe
just
people wanna follow
stupid
that.
food. I mean, you know, whatever. If that's really what you want to see,
You should have posted that picture that I took of you. Because that was a good photo. Your mom asked for it.
that's true. It's a good photo, but it's on there. It's on your Instagram or whatever.
It was on this story, so it's already gone now.
Well, that's true. Whatever.
Aww.
But mostly where the action is at Peter Warren.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And as always, you can find me at Matt_Slayer on Twitter, Matt Slayer on Instagram, Matt F. Slayer on Facebook, twitch.tv/Matt F. Slayer, patreon.com/Matt Slayer for the exclusive content.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we launched one of those this year because I need money.
Oh, cool. I like Patreon. They have a lot of... I need to subscribe to some accounts on there. More like Anne Louise Avery, or there's some like there's some historical fashion blogs, but I mean maybe yours too.
I mean, you can get historical metal T-shirts. Like I have 30-year-old shirts that I definitely still wear.
I mean, I'd rather learn how to sew like a bra in like 1800s fashion, but
Fine, Anna, fine. You can find the podcast at And Now We Drink on Twitter and Now We Drink _ on Instagram, and you will not find Anna Deville on supporting the Patreon.
maybe there's always a chance.
There's a chance lightning's going to strike me too. I think they're about equal. And until next week.
It does require me making a new account, so I don't do that often.
See. And until next week, drink 'em, motherfuckers.
Ciao.
Yeah.